How's it going, everyone? Welcome to week 2 of Prolific Thinking here with my friend Cody. Most of you probably missed week 1 because we accidentally streamed the game with our commentary on the watch party, and the NFL immediately took it down.
Yeah,
So
I think we got 5 views before the NFL caught on to that.
yeah, so if you live outside of the U.S., you can still access that video. It's still up there. However, I can't even uh, access at the moment. So we're a little bit late today. We got the first play, and Matt Stafford just hit T.J. Hawkinson with a big game.
Yeah, so that was actually the second play. First play,
Play. Yep.
a pass for I think it was about 5-6 yards.
Hmm.
Then Stafford on a play action here. Hawkinson's wide open, and then he breaks tackles. Not a good start for the defense.
Nope. I think Hawkinson's going to be a little bit of a problem for us today. So,
I mean, Hawkinson's going to have to play well for them, considering Kenny Galladay is out. Um,
oh yeah,
if
absolutely.
they want any chance, they're going to need a lot from the run game and from the tight ends.
So we got a lot to discuss today. Fairly quickly too. I'm going to take a minute to see who we got starting. Tyler Lancaster's in the middle with Dean Lowry and Kingsley Keke.
I think that makes the most sense.
It does. Everything else should be pretty standard. We're going with Barnes as the second inside linebacker, along with Kirksey
He
and the
played
Smith.
well last week. He flew around.
He did,
He might step up, and if Oren Burks isn't going to take the job, Barnes
right?
might.
Oh, nice play. Good play.
Yeah.
However, he's going to give him for face mask, I bet, huh? Yep.
I think Z was held and still made the tackle.
Z pulled his hands up like immediately as soon as he made that tackle, like, but we'll see. Maybe. Yep, face mask.
Uh,
Bummer. So no Kenny Clark today. It's going to be a tall task for this defense.
and also, Jair Alexander was a late add to the injury report. Um,
Is he out
okay,
there
yeah,
though?
he did catch his hand. Uh, as far as he was put as questionable with a hand injury. Usually questionable guys do end up playing, but I haven't actually. They haven't shown the corners so much yet.
Mhm.
I hope he's out there because that would really change the game plan if he's not. Especially, I mean, so far Lions are moving the ball pretty well. They're just about in the red zone.
Yeah, and now they are. I also saw that our rookie tight end Josiah DeGora is inactive for today's game. I actually watched some game tape from week 1. He didn't make the stat sheet too much, but he played a lot of snaps last week and was a
He,
really good run blocker
yeah,
for us last year
he's a
or
master
last
blocker.
game.
But yeah, I guess he had a shin injury going
Hmm.
on, and especially with a rookie, you don't want to compromise their season by trying
Oh,
to have him started
oh
out.
man,
Ooh,
you know what?
that was a
Alexander is
nice
out
catch.
there. That
That
was
was a
Alexander on that,
that was a
but
hell of a lot of concentration on Jones's
for
part.
sure.
Bobbled it in sticky coverage, turned around, got it midair. It's just hard to defend against something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
Alexander was right on him. That was just a good play by Jones. Defense is on their heels a little bit. And last week it was sort of the same start. We weren't looking
Uh-huh.
so hot to start, and then Alexander made a game-changing play that reset the tone. Um,
That's too many yards on a 1st and 10.
yeah, I mean he didn't have
We
contact until he was 6 yards down the field there.
let's hope this is one of them. This is gonna be one of them games where they come out, they have a solid drive on the first drive, but then we make the necessary defensive adjustments going forward, and we kind of get them to bog down a little bit in the second and third. You see that happen a lot in games. Let's just kind of hope that this is uh, a game that we make the right defensive adjustments, because I I think it's just a matter of time before they get this ball into the end zone here. So
And they are bulldozing our
yeah,
defensive line right now.
yeah, you're gonna. I think you could potentially see 30 plus carries for their running backs in this game. So,
I mean, they
I
got a
mean, I would.
three-headed monster. They got Adrian
Hmm.
Peterson, Kerryon Johnson, DeAndre Swift. If we're not going to stop the run, why wouldn't they just keep doing it until
Right?
we can stop it? And
It's
the big
it's it's what the
pathways
San
that
Francisco did last
yeah,
year. So
yeah,
yeah,
they're
too
gotta be
easy. It's too
yeah.
easy for them. We're gonna get bullied all game long. And Kenny certainly helps with that, but I mean, Kenny is just one man who eats up the middle, and it helps, but we need to be better all around on that defensive front.
Yeah, and I mean, this is where you would like to see some creative adjustments from Mike Patton. Uh, you know, run run defense has not been our strong suit as of late,
No.
and all of a sudden you've got an injury to your best defensive player. You would think there should be some adjustments. Maybe
Mhm.
some more, uh, you know, zone blitzes, creating some confusion on the O line. Um, just you got to do something because
Yeah,
they
you gotta
just
get
walk
creative.
all
You
over
gotta
us.
get creative. Even maybe going with like that. What's that like race car package that we got there, where it's like one defensive lineman and then
Yeah,
just a bunch of linemen, and they all just roam around and they just confuse the linemen on their assignments. Something like that.
back
Um,
from the Dom Capers days.
yeah.
Also, I just want to point out no fans in the stands at Lambeau right
Yep.
now, and Kerryon Johnson jumping up and doing a Lambeau leap. He would have gotten his ass
Was that
pushed
was that
around.
carry on that scored that touchdown? It was
I do
carry on.
think it was, yeah.
Okay.
Um, yeah, he would have got pushed right back
Hmm.
if this were a normal game. I'm curious if do you know if we're piping in noise or if it's just the sounds of the field?
Um, I do not know. I can turn the sound up a little bit when we get back and kind of give it a go. I would assume that we're doing something like that. Minnesota did it last week. It could just be they're pumping in sound through the television airwaves, though, so the stadium itself could be quiet, but I won't be able to tell because of the network pumping in sounds through the airwaves. I'm not sure. We shall see, though.
Yeah. So I mean, by the looks of it, we're gonna this game might be a shootout, and we're gonna
It might have
need
to be.
the offense to be just as crisp as they were last week. Um, which I mean, Detroit's defense not exactly a juggernaut, and they are dealing with I think their starting slot corners out. Their best corner is a rookie, Jeff Okuda. I think
True,
Devontae is going
true
to,
fonts out, I think, right?
yeah, or
Yep.
yeah,
That,
Trufant. They actually took
Desmond
someone else
Desmond
out.
Trufant is out.
But yeah, I mean, I think Devontae Adams is going to have a chance to
Replicate.
give Okuda his welcome to the NFL moment. And man, if our defense keeps playing the way they did on that first drive, we're gonna need Tay and the rest of the offense to be at their top.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm hoping uh for some of our. Obviously, I think Devontae will eat today. He's looking at potentially 10 catches again, maybe even plus. Probably about 20 targets, between 15 and 20 targets. I'm really going to be interested to see what our other receivers do today, especially if we get into a shootout. Something like that, you're really going to need to see Marquez Valdez-Scantling step up. He's kind of our burner, our field stretcher guy, and Alan Lazard just needs to make those catches over the middle. Um, and I think we get creative again on offense. We see a lot of like Tyler Irvin, playing kind of that gadget role, like the Taysom Hill role, receiver and running back, and we're gonna need some efficient games from our running backs today as well. So
Well, the offense is trotting out on the field right now,
here we go.
so we're gonna see how are we gonna respond. The Lions have really played us very tough in the past few years.
Hmm.
And for whatever reason, they seem to have our number. We've managed to pull out the W's a lot of the times.
Nice
But
run. Nice
ooh,
run. Nice
all right,
run.
that's the start I like to see.
Good
12
start.
yard run, just Jones weaving up through the line. Uh, yeah, I'm curious. We'll have to take a look and see who's on the starting offensive line today.
Hmm.
With the injuries and shuffling going on, but our line got a lot of movement there. Moved them 6 yards off the ball.
I'm interested to see what our starting offensive line formation is today. I was not paying attention on that first play there. It looks like Rick Wagner's out at right tackle. It looks like Elton Jenkins is over at left guard again. And is that Billy Turner there at right guard?
Man, I like that play design. They started
Yeah.
out, they put the tight end in motion. He set, then they put Tyler Irvin in motion.
Oh.
And as he was running, they had Jones across the opposite way. Just stretches the defense a lot of different ways.
Mm-hmm.
The play itself, I think he got 4 yards there. It's not a backbreaker, but that kind of misdirection, that's what we were told the LaFleur offense would be, and I think we're really starting to see it in year 2.
Absolutely. Oh.
Ooh, that's stonewalled
Mm-hmm.
by who got that tackle there? Was that Davis?
It could have been.
Yeah, I mean I think
He
he
shoot.
was
He
coming
just.
on a
Yeah. He just
blitz.
came up, shot the gap, put a licking on him. It
Rare
is
negative
Davis.
play.
Sure is Davis.
So now we got a 3rd and long here. In the shotgun.
4 wide, 1 running back. Motion in, doesn't like it. Looking like they're gonna
Oh,
send
and
some type of an
trips
edge
bump.
blitz. Yep. Wagner better get out.
Middle of
Cover
the
that.
field looks like it might be open here.
Yeah. Good job by Wagner. Got it. Nice. Good job.
Yes.
Good pickup, MVS.
Yes. That
Hmm.
is the kind of nice, easy completion that we haven't seen in many years. It seems like Rodgers has always been having to throw contested balls, make tight window, amazing throws. MBS wide
Ooh.
open here.
Lazard had a nice little cut move too. I mean, Rodgers had the time. If MVS was covered, he would have been able to hit Lazard too. So good. That was one thing I did notice was our receivers got some good separation last week out of their breaks. I remember for the longest time there was that one year like 3 or 4 years ago where our receivers just could not get separation. There was nowhere to throw it almost every game. So it's good to see.
Just had a
I am
waste
still trying to figure out who our right guard is for this game.
Yeah,
Uh,
the
it's
broadcast hasn't shown a good view of the offensive line.
no, it's not. It's either Turner or it is our 6th-round rookie Runyon.
And I got to say, I don't know what the issue is, but last week we burned 5 timeouts
Oh
to
yeah,
delay a
yeah,
game. We just did one here.
yeah. That's a
on the last
problem. That's a
drive.
problem. Those timeouts are so valuable. You only get 6 a game, and it's one thing to burn them in the first half. It's another thing to burn them in the second half, like we did when they're really important. So you almost just want to just eat the 5 yards sometimes.
All right, so we've crossed midfield,
Mm.
play action.
Oh, I thought he had some guy down the middle, but good job with the check down. Nothing was there. You saw,
You know,
picked it up.
that's something you haven't seen a lot from Rodgers recently.
Nope.
Taking the
I
check
feel
down.
like I feel like that would be something where he would scramble out, trying to like look for a bigger play. Nothing would happen, and then he would just throw it away. But that's we got Lucas Patrick out there at right guard. I'm also going to try if shift some of my focus on seeing how they cover Devontae Adams in this game. You got to think that they're going to double and definitely send safety help over the top almost every play with him. Good play. Oh, he dropped it.
Was that Sternberg?
Sternberger. Oh my God, that was an easy first down plus.
Yep. Yep.
Can't do
And
that,
once again,
man.
good play design. You have half the offense moving one way, then you roll
Took his
Rodgers up
eyes off the ball.
the side.
As soon as that ball hit his hands, he turned his head and started to look upfield. Gotta secure that pass first, dude. Man,
You
see,
know,
and that's a killer. If like we should be able to pick up this first down, but if we don't,
it's
that's a killer, dude. Because
third
we're
and
just
6.
on the
We're still in punting range here. All right,
nothing,
we
nothing,
got
nothing.
lots
He's
of time.
looking. Oh,
Oh,
oh man.
I mean, Rodgers,
See,
he
it's a
put
killer.
that ball where it needed to be.
Yeah.
It was a tough catch, and Big Bob just couldn't come down with
Yep.
it.
That's a killer right there, man. That was a drive killer for us. They already marched down the field, scored a touchdown. That was
That
our first drive.
that was right in Tanya's hands.
Yeah.
Roger, that was a pinpoint top 5 quarterback throw
He
on
has
the
done. He's been significantly more accurate these last two games. So, we're going for it on fourth. All right.
going for it on 4th and 6. Aggressive. Maybe we're just trying to draw him off sides here.
It still wouldn't be a first down though. Oh, we are. We are going for it. And he hits Lazard for the first down. Yeah.
Alan Lazard, man, that guy, he just makes catches when he needs to.
Contested catches
Very
too.
tight coverage over the middle. Rogers slings it in down low, and Lazard goes to get it.
Oh yeah, eat baby. Williams. Yep.
Yep, Williams picking up 6-7 yards. Man, that's the cojones on Matt LaFleur right there.
That could have been disastrous if we did not convert that and the Lions get the ball basically at around the 50 midfield. Going down 14-0 halfway through the first is not a good look, but yeah,
Well, I mean,
he's
geez, what does that say about LaFleur's confidence in the defense right now?
McCarthy wouldn't have gone for that.
I don't think McCarthy went for a play like that once in his entire career.
No, yeah, Joe. No, he's with the check down, but there we see an inaccurate pass by Rodgers. Completely missed him.
That could have been a first down too.
Yeah. Jones. I think Jones could have made a shake move on that defender and picked up that first. That one's on Rodgers.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't think it was completely off the mark. It was, he let him a little bit too much. I'll give him a throw like that here or there, given some of the other throws we've already seen on this drive.
That defensive line's gonna be a little bit of a problem. Trey Flowers is a beast.
Honestly, I'm really impressed with how the offensive line has been holding up.
Yeah, not bad.
At right guard, Rick Wagner at right tackle. They really haven't.
Oh wow! Here we go.
Ooh.
For Jones too. There's a 4th and 3. Do we go for it or we send out the kick team? We are sending out the kick team.
Yeah. That's too bad. That was 2 plays where Rodgers just overthrew Jones. The first one could have been a first down. Second one could have been a touchdown. It's tough. You gotta, when you're missing throws like that, it can throw the
come back on you. Yeah.
Mason Crosby, all-time Packers points leader, adds another 3.
Seeing how many field goal kickers miss kicks in week 1 really makes me feel a lot better about having Mason Crosby on our team. It's someone who can consistently make it. I mean, I think what was it that Bills kicker missed like 2 field goals last week, and there was a bunch of others too that missed some pretty easy like 30, 40-yard field goals, I feel. So
I mean, I got to say, Mike McCarthy was kind of loyal to a fault with a lot of his staff, but I am really thankful that 1 year where Crosby just
struggled.
Complete anomaly, had a terrible year. McCarthy stuck with him every other year of his career. I think he's one of the top kickers in the NFL.
Hell, even Gostkowski missed like a few field goals last week, and he's always been pretty much Mr. Automatic. Now, I believe New England let him go because of some injury issues, perhaps, so maybe that had something to do with it. But yeah, I think we hold on to Mason for as long as he keeps wanting to play, and he can still be hitting those like 40 to like 50-yard field goals. So
he's not showing any signs of slowing down. He's still got a lot of leg. Cold doesn't bother him. I'm happy he's on this team.
Did we draft Crosby or was he an undrafted? I think we drafted him.
6th rounder, I think.
6th rounder.
Yeah.
Good pick.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, special teams, they started out very bad last year, like historically bad, mainly because of the punt return unit. We were actually at negative yardage midway through the year. But then once Tyler Ervin came in, immediately improved the return units, and then the kick units with Crosby, they've consistently been good. So for the first time in a while, our special teams are not a major weakness of the team.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see. I can't remember the last time special teams won a game for the Green Bay Packers.
It's been a long
And
time.
sometimes in tight games against good teams, special teams are the difference.
You know who's making a pretty easy paycheck so far this year? Our our punter, J.K. Scott. He's about to go 5 straight quarters without having to make. He has not punted yet in this season. So hey, I'll take it.
Yeah,
I will
I
take it.
will gladly pay his paycheck if he doesn't have to punt once all year.
Oh my God, wouldn't that be something? I don't know if a punter's ever gone like back-to-back games without having to punt, but hey,
No.
hey, J.K. Scott has looked pretty good in training camp too with his punts, I heard. So he's still young, and I heard some offense. I think it was the Titans special teams coordinator say that uh, punters usually don't even hit their peak until they're in their early 30s, like 31, 32 is like when they hit their peak and figure it out. This kid's still only like 24 years old, so he
So
could still be on the up. So Lions are on offense, and they're gonna probably going with a
yeah,
play action. He's
looking for a big
Oh, was
play to
that a
begin.
fumble? Was that forward pass? Oh, Stafford's coming up a little with a little bit of a limp.
All right, so it looks like we forced the fumble, but they did recover it.
Yeah, lineman got. Ooh, he's got a
Yay.
bad limp. What happened to
So
him?
let's see. So who's coming in
Someone
here?
stepped on his foot.
Lowry, and
Stepped
then
right on his foot. Yeah,
who was that? Preston Smith.
51. Who's 51 for? No, actually, from that angle, he really didn't get his foot. It just kind of
Yeah,
maybe
just a
got
weird.
twisted a little bit.
Man, yeah, he's looking like he's struggling.
Yeah.
I mean, you hate to beat teams because of injury,
hmm
but you take what you can get. And after they steamrolled us on the first drive, if Stafford's a little gimpy, I'll the defense can use all the help possible right now.
You got to assume this could be a run here, just to give him a little bit of
Yeah.
time. But it is 2nd and 16 now.
Oh well.
We're throwing a challenge flag. Is that for us? Or Detroit's challenging whether that was a pass or not, so they can get a 2nd and 10. Okay, and probably to buy Stafford a little bit more time too to walk it off. So
Yeah, smart call by Patricia
yeah,
there.
probably one that he'll probably win too. So
Yeah, let's get a better look at this.
so he actually
Oh
doesn't.
yeah, yeah, that's a forward pass.
Yeah, I
I don't
think
know.
he just kind of got like if they show that second angle, I don't think he hit. He actually stepped on his foot. I think he just kind of planted it and it just kind of twisted a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even know how the refs ruled that a fumble. That was
hmm
very clearly a forward pass.
Yep.
So we're in commercial break right now, but when we come back, it's going to be a 2nd and 10. Um,
So
you
we
got to
kind of
think
fell a little bit
from
behind on this one. A little late start up for us. I actually didn't even get around to doing any bold predictions today. But did you have a chance to think up of any bold predictions or?
To be honest, I haven't sat down and thought any up, but I'd be happy to shoot some off for you right now.
Sure,
Uh,
maybe even not like a full 5, but just maybe a couple or
yeah,
something.
yeah, maybe we do 3 apiece. So first bold prediction. I mean, granted, we're almost through one quarter
Quarter.
already. Uh, Based on how we've been playing, I'm gonna say Rodgers does not get sacked this game.
Okay. My first bold prediction will be both Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams will have a touchdown today.
Okay. I'm gonna make a bold prediction that the Lions' rushing attack accounts for at least 150 yards.
It's a good start for them so far. Probably would have been something like my next one as well. So let's see. My next bold prediction will probably be I think we see Darnell Savage get picked today.
Interesting, interesting. My third one, I was I was gonna say Devontae gets at least 10 catches, but at this point, that's not really that bold. The guy is just a baller. So I'm gonna say MVS tops 100 yards.
Oh, that was gonna be my third. That was gonna be my third. You know what? Whatever. That's also my third bold prediction too. Then we got the same third one. I think I think he's got a good start. I think he's like almost 20. Feel like 15 or 20 yards already. I think he catches a big bomb. Like we're talking like 40, like a 30-40 yard bomb. So here we go. We're
Yes.
back live and
Lions did win their challenge.
hmm
Stafford passes, gets about 9 yards to DeAndre Swift. So we're looking at a 3rd and 1 here. Defense, if they can step up and make a stop here, they could put our offense in position to set the tone for this game.
yep.
But if the Lions keep moving,
3rd and 1. It's gotta be a run, right? Yeah, easy. Holy cow, man, you ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. This is gonna be a struggle for us all day.
the Peterson, yep.
Yep, that's Peterson. Back to being number 28 again. That's so weird seeing AP in a Lions jersey. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting of all the teams he could have gone to, he went to a team with 2 young, high draft pick running backs. The Lions, I wouldn't really consider them a contender. It's interesting that he chose to go there. I wonder if he wanted to play the Vikings twice a year.
Could be. Uh, I think this is good. I think you're seeing the Lions game plan right now. Uh, Dinkin and Duncan, short, quick passes, and hitting them with the run. I think they're trying to limit what we do best, which is our secondary, which is we can and getting covered sacks. So the Smith brothers are really good at getting covered sacks, and our secondary is really good at providing blanket coverage. So to combat that, you want to go with a lot of runs and quick throws, and you're seeing that now.
I think this is the first time we've stopped a run behind the line of scrimmage or
Yep.
right at. Um, yeah, it's been a good game plan by the Lions so far.
Mhm.
A lot of play action, running until we prove we can stop it. And honestly, on a lot of the throws, the coverage hasn't been that bad. Is it? We've been pretty close.
Yeah.
Stafford's just making some pinpoint throws.
Yeah. He's playing well. He's doing what Stafford does. Very underrated quarterback. Going to pick up this first on the run.
Well, I think that ankle is not bothering him anymore.
Let me throw this out here. So let's see. Stafford's what, early 30s. He's probably still got what, 5, 6, maybe even 7 years left in him. He's always consistent. Borderline Pro Bowler every year. Um, Likely never going to win like an MVP award, but he's consistent, puts up solid numbers, and he doesn't really cost his team games. If he does that, like puts up the same stats the rest of his career, is he a Hall of Fame quarterback?
No,
No.
has never even won a playoff game. I mean, I like Stafford. I think he's one of the better QBs in the league. I think he's very clutch. He has a lot of fourth quarter comebacks to his name.
You can do a
Um,
lot worse than Stafford
but
as your
I mean,
quarterback.
the guy played with Calvin Johnson for half his career. You would expect good stats from that. And the fact that you you're not a Hall of Famer if you can't win a single playoff game. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
I mean, he's only been to the playoffs twice in his career, I think.
true.
Um, I know it's a team sport, but it starts with the quarterback.
Man, holy cow, dude. This is frustrating. This is frustrating.
Putting Preston Smith in
Dude, they're
coverage
they're just gonna
on
they're just
DeAndre,
gonna it's
bad,
a
bad.
slow burn, dude. It's gonna be a slow burn all game long. They're just gonna dink and dunk, and then you're gonna see a run right here. They're probably gonna get 4 or 5 yards in this run. Give them a 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6. Like this
I
is
mean, the
they're
the
just gonna
defense
wear our defense out. Like we're already hurting on defense, and if you wear us out by the fourth quarter, it's all over.
And the
Okay, we got a
defensive
decent
line
stop there then.
not getting any push. I mean,
If we're if
Smith
we're
Rhodes on
gassed in the
that.
fourth quarter, that's when you see the big plays happening. That's when you're gonna get like the Marvin Jones for like a 40-yard pass play off of play action in the fourth when you get crap like that. So
Yeah, and I mean, it's the thing is, even with Kenny Clark in there, it's the same issue.
mhm.
Like we get edge pressure, but we just don't get enough up the middle. Thankfully, when Clark's in there, when he makes spectacular plays on his own, we do
Oh
get some.
wow, here we go. This is
That's
hey
a touchdown.
hey
That's
flashbacks to the last 15 years. That's AP just torching. AP's got more yards against the Green Bay Packers than he does against any other team in his career. He torches us. It doesn't matter how old he is. Like
I mean, they just
maybe he came back and played and picked the Lions not to play the Vikings, but just because he knew he can put up some baller stats because he played the Packers twice.
and that was blocked perfectly. Like, and no one touched him for 15, 20 yards.
This is insane, dude. This is insane. They're gonna every play. I feel this is gonna be a problem for us. Oh, dropped it.
Oh,
So
hey,
let
Alexander,
me.
don't. Alexander could have gotten a late hit penalty there, but see, this is another factor. Defense gets pushed back on their heels. Guys are going to start getting chippy and maybe start having mental lapses.
Mhm,
Pettin's got to get a hold on his defense here. He needs to change something up to get the morale up.
mhm.
And you know what? I've I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I'm not a huge Mike Patton fan. That game-changing safety last week from Alexander, I read that was not the defensive play call. Alexander freelanced on that. Like,
Yeah. He kind of like thought it was gonna be a run, and then he started to cover the run, but then he just like so that's also the mark of a really good football player is like a player who's like right in the middle would have hesitated and like realized it wasn't a run and then like froze and like tried to get back and cover his receiver, which by then it would have been too late, would have hit him for like a pass play and not get sacked. He just said like F it, I'm going for it, made that play and it worked out. Could have been bad because he blew his assignment, but could have been third and goal. Here we go. Stafford see someone he likes, touchdown, Marvin Jones. And we find ourselves in a 14-3 hole after the first quarter. Some significant adjustments need to be made going forward because the Lions are literally on a let's see what's the math on this 28 uh like a 56 point, like they're on pace for like 56 points right now.
and we are at Lambeau Field right now. Who
I
on
know
this
there's
team?
no fans, but
Who on
gotta
this
have some
team is going to
pride.
step up and say we need to protect this house? Detroit Lions went nearly 30 years without a win in Lambeau until they finally stole one. I think it was 2 years ago. Uh, we need to make sure it's another 30 years, and I want to see someone on this defense step
Step
up and
up.
hey, this ain't
we've we've
practice.
invested we've invested so much early draft capital in our defense over like honestly over like the last like 20 years, and we've always just had a very mediocre defense. Like if you ever notice, like the teams, take a look at like the Redskins. They have like 5 first round draft picks over the last like 6 or 7 years, and they just dominated last week with their defensive front. We have significant first round draft capital in our players, and we're still struggling to just be a relevant defense. We have not
Well,
hit home run picks.
that's where you look and you say, hey, we had the number 12 overall pick. We had a lot of options. We chose Rashawn Gary.
Hmm.
Uh, all right, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Last year, we'll call it a red shirt. A position change, had the shoulder injury and
Hmm.
all that. This is the time for him to say, "Hey, I was worth that 12th overall pick."
He's getting some playing time this year. I haven't seen him make any plays. I haven't really analyzed the tape to really see if he's been a detriment. But yeah, you're right, dude. He's gotta show some like as a 12th overall pick. That's a significantly high. You gotta start making some plays. And even thinking back the last few years, like we passed on TJ Watt to take Kevin King. And Kevin King's been pretty good, but he's had some injury concerns. So is TJ Watt, but TJ Watt's like defensive player of the year good.
Yeah,
Like,
I just that one was such a no-brainer to me. I mean, you had Clay Matthews as proof of the how reliable bloodlines are,
hmm
and J.J. Watt was on pace to be perhaps the greatest defensive player of all time before his back injuries derailed his career. You got his little brother, and you pass on him at a position of
hmm
need. I don't know what Ted was thinking there. And I mean, God, when's thankfully Alexander seems to be working out, but our draft picks at corner in the last handful
Alexander's
have been
worked
atrocious.
out, but we also passed on some pretty on some other talent too. Now we did pass on Derwin James to take Alexander, but Derwin James has been amazing, but he's also been significantly hurt the last ever since then. So I guess give it to Alexander. I don't did Fitzpatrick get drafted before? I think he did go to Miami before we were on the clock.
Yeah.
Um, Fitzpatrick and I remember Derwin James was one I really wanted Derwin James when he was on the clock, and I think there was a linebacker too I really wanted in that draft that fell to us. Oh, it was
Well,
Tremaine Edmonds. Tremaine Edmonds was still on the board when we picked Alexander. I'm not mad about the Alexander pick. He's a great player and he's got all pro potential.
so
Um,
I was just gonna ask, uh, do you recall what draft Buffalo Bills cornerback Tre'Davious White went in?
I think wasn't he a second round pick? I can look that up
Oh no,
real
he was
quick.
mid-20s. I think he might have been picked 27 or something. I think the Bills had like traded a pick to get there.
Yeah, I believe you're right. He went in the 2017 draft. He was pick number 27. He was late. Um, so
So 27, that was the year we took King, right?
I do believe so. I'm looking it up right now. Yeah, so we actually had the 29th pick and we traded it to the Cleveland Browns, who took David Njoku, and White went 2 picks before then. You almost got to wonder if maybe they wanted White and then the Bills traded up to go get him. And then Green Bay realized, all right, well, there goes our guy, so we're going to trade back. And they did. But yeah, the Steelers took TJ Watt with the very next pick after we traded out. And the picks after were TJ Watt, Reuben Foster, who's been pretty good for the 49ers, Ryan Ramczyk, and then we took Kevin King at the start of the second round. So,
Right, Ryan Ramczyk's been a decent right tackle. You know, that's
mhm,
we could have looked at
yeah,
that as a planning ahead
yeah.
pick, but you know,
hmm
there's no point in rehashing the past here. We're
No,
starting
here we go. First,
the first quarter, good
solid,
run.
solid play.
Gotta like LaFleur sticking to his guns. It's not time to panic yet. You gotta keep feeding the rock to Jones.
Yep.
So
I tell you, since I'm end of the first quarter, we can go back to that. Since I'm looking at this 2017 draft, our second round draft pick was Josh Jones, the safety out of NC State, who has been a bust. Do you know who went right after Josh Jones? Juju Smith-Schuster to the Steelers. Mm, that one kind of stings a little bit. And then Alvin Kamara went about 5 picks later to the Saints at the top of round three.
yeah, the draft is a funny thing. You know,
It's a cruel mistress. Cooper
it,
Cup went about 7 picks after Josh Jones as well. So
and that's you look at a lot of the stars in the league
mhm,
right now. Um, you know, a lot of them are day three picks. You know, late day two, early day three. You know, those third to
mhm.
fifth rounders. Um, and you know, you're wondering who are the third, fourth, fifth rounders on our team who are really making impact contributions.
I don't think we have any in the Brian Gutekunst era. Now we had a few in the Ted Thompson. He was really good at finding those late round offensive linemen, and even sometimes like the late round defensive linemen. Like Mike Daniels was a compensatory pick in like the fourth or fifth
Fourth,
round.
yeah,
Yeah, he
good
was
player for a long
Ted
time.
was pretty good at finding those late round guys as well as the undrafted guys. Like Sam Shields, like pops off right now. And then there was
Ron
who's
Williams.
yep. Trevon Williams, and then who's the outside linebacker who like started in the Super Bowl as well? Uh, Holy cow, he played great too. It's gonna bother me, so I do gotta look it up now. He played great. Roster.
Well, while you're looking that up, I'm gonna try to think. You know, who have Gutekunst's third, fourth, and fifth round picks been? You
Frank
know,
Zombo,
so far we're looking at guys like Oren Burks hasn't shown up.
terrible.
Travis Adams hasn't shown up. Uh, Kingsley Kiki hoping he steps up this year, but we haven't seen anything yet.
Who?
Um,
What year did Brian take over? 2016, 2017,
2018.
2018. So 2018 draft was his first draft then. Okay, so we are looking
Or
at.
wait, no.
Well,
Or wait,
we're
yeah,
back.
2018. It was 2018.
We'll look on the next commercial break because Green Bay's back on offense. Second and
Oh,
6. Rodgers is looking deep. He's looking deep. He is looking at Lazard, who can't
whoa.
secure it in, but we got a flag on the play.
You know, we've had, I think that's the third pass this game where Rodgers has just overthrown it just slightly.
Mm-hmm. Holding on the defense. Only 5 yards, but we'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this Lions roster and their secondary, uh, you'd really think we should be. I mean, does Devontae have a catch yet?
No. I've been trying to watch a little bit. They've been doing a decent job of shading coverage over to him.
I mean, this drive here is pivotal.
But you got okay. But you got to get him going though. Like, so receivers are so contingent on getting into like a rhythm, and the easiest way to get them into a rhythm is to feed them early and then get their confidence going. And they just like that's what we did last week, and it worked out. Yeah, the Lions have completely shut him out, and Adams is on the sideline right now. He is not even out there on 2nd and 5. You gotta wonder if there's something potentially wrong with him.
Could just be catching a breather. Not
2nd and
sure.
5 on a clear passing play though.
And we're 5 wide right now.
Yeah, it's a clear passing play. Why? Oh, okay, pick it up. Maybe
All
this.
right, all
So
right.
this.
We're in
So
the
hold on to
afterburners.
it. Oh, we got a flag. That's offensive holding. Oh my God. Are you kidding? We are gonna fucking blow this game and shoot ourselves in the foot. But
Flag.
Rodgers is walking forward, so it could be here. Let me turn this up. Holding defense, and we declined it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that flag came late. Um, yeah, Jones really turned on the afterburners with that one.
This has got to be
As
the Aaron Jones series.
yeah, I mean we've had quite a few plays this game on crossing routes where guys come wide open, turn a short pass into a long gain. Maybe that's the approach we need to take here. Man,
Yeah.
I'm really surprised with how much 5 wide shotgun we've been doing in this game.
Oh, Devontae doesn't even have a target today so far. There he goes. All right, we got him going.
There we go, baby. All right, so we're marching right now.
Mm-hmm. We're looking okay at the moment.
Oh man, Devontae just made that corner look
Is that
sick.
Kuda? Oh yeah, is that a Kuda? Because if it is, welcome to the NFL, guy. That is a Kuda.
He looked like a clown out there.
Oh yeah.
All right, so gaining some momentum, getting close to the red zone. They've been running it down our throats. We seem to just be going 5 wide and saying
Yeah,
stop
short
us.
pass. We're doing the short pass game. Who was that? That was Tyler Irvin.
Actually, right there, that's a play where I would have liked to have seen Rodgers' athleticism. They
Mm-hmm.
were in man. If he broke contain, he could have easily picked up 20 yards.
Easily.
We did get a completion, just not many yards on it.
Mm-hmm. I just saw that little ticker come through. Jordan Reed plays for the 49ers now, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently he was looking good in camp from what I heard.
He's the starting tight end now with Kittle out for today. So Just scored a touchdown.
And George Kittle is such a specimen. Like,
Sure is.
okay.
Nice job, Lazard.
That was a
Ooh,
nice tight window throw. And
solid.
Lazard is our over the middle guy.
Yep.
I haven't seen anyone else, not even Devontae. Like,
No,
no one else makes those tough over the middle catches like he
I
does.
don't. So ever since Adams got like literally like stretchered off the field from Danny Trevathan's hit over the middle like a couple years ago, I haven't really seen Adams ever go over the middle too much anymore. Like that even though he came back the very next week and played, I think that really messed with him and maybe like made Green Bay think twice about design plays that sends him over the middle because he's so valuable to us. Look at Aaron Jones picking up a tough 5 yards.
Yeah, and I mean, hits like that,
It's on
they
the
just.
quarterback too, though, to make sure that you don't lead them
But I mean, like a hit like that, it's got to affect a guy on a subconscious level.
easily.
He might not think he's afraid to go over the middle, but
It's a
if there's
split
any
second decision,
hesitation,
man.
yeah,
It's a
any
split
hesitation
second. If you
about it,
hesitate for a millisecond, like they're so fast and they're so good in the NFL, like you got to do it without question. Like you don't even care if you're going to get your head knocked off. I think that does mess with them a little bit. I like that play call, even if it doesn't pick up a first down. We have a really short third down,
Jones has been
and
getting.
yeah, the playbook's wide open right now, man. You can do a run play, you can do a play action, you can do a short throw. The playbook's wide open.
Yeah, I mean, Jones has been getting a lot of work, looking good. I think he might be the go-to guy here.
Hmm.
Um, Also, you got to wonder though. We haven't seen any jet sweeps yet. We
Nope.
had a lot of success with them last week.
Hmm. I wonder if they're potentially saving it or if they've gotten away from it with given the score and stuff here. I don't think now's the time for a jet sweep, but here we go. Here we go.
Touchdown,
Jamal Williams. Nope, Aaron Jones. Aaron
Jones.
Jones.
What did I tell you? Jones was the guy.
All right. This was the Aaron Jones drive. All right. So I'm 50% on my first bold prediction. So waiting for a Jamal Williams score next, and we're still pretty early. Wait, let's not downplay this. We needed that drive.
We
We
did.
needed
We
that drive.
absolutely needed it, and we
And
need
we
the
needed a
next drive.
touchdown. We did not need to come away with a field goal.
We make no mistake about it. We need the next drive too, because this Lions offense is not gonna let up. We need to keep pouring points on.
Hmm.
Uh, if we go into the half still down, this is going to be one of those nail biters that the recent Lions games seem to always be.
Um, some news around the league. Now, everyone watching this, it's going to be, since we're not live streaming this, they're going to already know this probably. But in the case you don't, Nick Bosa has been ruled out for the rest of the game for the 49ers with a knee injury. That is a significant turn of events for them. They've
Yeah,
been
well,
hit
they're playing
hard with some injuries.
the worst team in the league. I think they'll
Yep.
be okay.
Well, for this game, yes, but going forward, depending on what it could be, that could be a game changer. And Rams rookie running back Cam Akers is questionable to return with a rib injury. I am hearing that it's more likely doubtful though. And Tyrone Smith injured his neck. Those are always some scary injuries. He has been ruled out for the rest of the game against the Falcons. So some significant injuries happening
I was
early in
actually
this game.
I was looking at that Cowboys Falcons matchup. That could be a pretty big early season matchup.
Yeah.
It, the Falcons are, they're a team that's loaded with talent, and they just seem to inconsistently perform. But make no mistake, they're a dangerous team. If they put
Um,
Dallas in a
yeah,
2 hole to start the season,
for sure.
um, I don't think NFC East is getting a wild card team.
Right.
So that could put McCarthy in quite a bit of pressure.
Given the area that we live in, well, I live in here up in New York,
Wow, yeah, they're up 20-0 on Dallas right now.
for sure. Stephon Diggs caught his first touchdown pass as a Bill today, so
Always
I
good to
hate you.
see the
I
Buffalo
hate you,
Bills.
Stephon Diggs. I just want you to know that I've never liked you. I've never liked you, and I hope that you also play terrible in Buffalo. So I'm glad you got traded because Jair Alexander would have absolutely destroyed you this year. So, like, that's you probably requested the trade because of how bad Alexander blew up your screenplay there last year. So, didn't want any part of Alexander. And he probably saw Okuda coming into town, and also knew they had Kyle Fuller in Chicago. He was like, man, get me out of there. I'll deal with Gilmore and then those other scrubs on Miami and in New York.
Yeah,
So,
what is up with
um,
the Vikings and just really having a history of supremely talented receivers wanting to leave their
I
team?
don't know, man. I don't know. Real quick, do you want to hear the day three picks in the Brian Gutekunst era?
Yes, I would love to hear that.
All right, I'm going to run through them quick because the game's about to come back on. So we're going to go from 2018 to 2020. Jace Sternberger, third round.
As a
Kingsley
Tillman,
Kingsley Keekly,
as a
Kingsley Keke, fifth
Tillman,
round. Kadar Holman, sixth round. Dexter Williams, sixth round. And Ty Summers, seventh round. To do 2019.
I mean,
Uh,
let's stop for 1 second. The 2018,
oh,
not
that was 2019. My bad.
yeah, sorry, 2019, not a single contributor there.
Nope. This is 2018, his first year. We got Orrin Burks, Jamon Moore, Cole Madison, J.K. Scott, MBS, Equimini St. Brown, James Looney, Hunter Bradley, and Kendall Donnerson. The way it's looking right now, our punter might be the best pick in that draft on day three. Almost an 8-yard scamper by Carrion. That was a terrible draft. Jamon Moore is cut. Orrin Burks got beaten out by an undrafted free agent. Uh, Cole Madison got cut. EQ hasn't been active and he's been hurt. James Looney has been cut, I believe. Hunter Bradley is our lawn snapper still, but you better hit on a lawn snapper if you take him in a draft. And Kendall Donaldson is gone, I believe. So that his first draft has been just about terrible. If MVS doesn't pan out, absolutely terrible draft.
Yeah, and I mean, you got to wonder the way that Gutekunst maneuvers his draft board. He seems to identify specific players that he wants,
Mm-hmm.
which may work with earlier picks, but as the board continues to fall later in the draft, and it's just harder and harder to predict who's going to be there. I, Maybe he just doesn't have the same evaluation chops on a broad scale that Ted Thompson did. Maybe he puts in the work on specific guys and identifies players like
Mm-hmm.
Alexander or Savage. But so
For
far,
picked up the first down on 3 straight runs.
those day three
Keep
picks
going though.
bad.
Yeah, he certainly has a specific strategy. He really seemed on day three, he really likes to just kind of like load up on one position of like need and then hope that one of those players like pans out. I mean, on paper, since like if you look at the percentage of day three picks panning out, it's really low. So trying to give yourself as many chances as possible to hit like a home run player is isn't a terrible idea, but at the same time, you're literally spending all your draft capital on one position just hoping to hit one. Oh, what a play! You know what? It doesn't look like it, but that's a great play by Alexander. I know he didn't hit the ball or anything, but he blanket coverage. Look at this.
Yeah. No, I got to tell you, I saw we blitzed and they
Oh
picked
my
it up
God, what a play,
perfectly. They picked up the blitz perfectly. Stafford had all day, and I was just cringing,
dude.
thinking this
So
is going to be a 40-yard
I don't know if you just saw that, but
game.
Rashawn Gary just got stood up by T.J. Hawkinson, like blanketed by like you can't have a tight end given like blocking your edge rusher with no help and holding up that well. I know Hawkinson's an all-around tight end that can block, but dude, really? Okay, he got some good push on that play, but
Yeah, I mean, thankfully we've got guys like Alexander in the secondary and King as well. I mean, we haven't really said King's name much last game or this game,
it's a
but
good
the last
sign.
time,
If you're not talking about a cornerback, that usually means that they're doing their job,
yeah. So I mean, thank God we've got this secondary
right?
because the defensive line is just hanging this team out to
Right.
dry right now.
Here we go, 3rd and 10. Here's a big play. This is going to be pretty deflating for the morale of this defense if we let this up. So I got to wonder if he's going to dial up a blitz here. It looks like it. He sent all the Smith Bros and Rashawn Gary. I'm not sure who the defensive lineman is. Probably Kiki. no pressure on that, and it picks it up. Like the offensive line held up good on that.
Yeah,
I would have sent more than four, by the way, on 3rd and long. I would have sent more than a 4-man rush. I would have sent more on the outside. Don't like that call by Patton.
Patton has gotta
That's too conservative.
switch things up here. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's too conservative. I mean, I know we got good corners, but don't don't only rush four and then drop everyone else back into coverage.
I did see that they put Preston Smith on a stunt,
Hmm.
but I mean, a stunt. I want to see the house coming. Okay,
Yeah, same. Get there. Okay. Um, are we gonna get like this game? Our defense is so contingent upon turnovers for like production, man. Like think think back to last week. How many like did we get a 3-and-out last week? How many 3-and-outs have we had so far this year? I know none in this game. 3-and-outs are important.
I think we did get a
Uh,
3-and-out last week. We
Okay.
certainly didn't get many if we did get one.
I would
But
just
yeah,
like to see a little bit more. Well, like when you got to think about it, it's kind of a problem when you got, oh, nice play by Alexander, baby. Yeah.
dude,
That's what I'm talking
Alexander,
about. It's our best player on defense right there. It's our best
Alexander
player.
putting the defense on his back right now,
Hmm.
and you hope that energy is firing up the rest of the team because
Alexander needs to be a
some
captain. Alexander needs to be, oh, who's down? Lancaster. Whatever.
well,
Whatever.
hey, it's not whatever.
I
Who else?
know that we need him. I know we
Who
need
else?
him. I
Who
know
else
we
do we
need
have to
him.
put out there? We might not actually have a body to put out there
Who is our, you know, I'm
unless we
too,
called someone up
I'm
from the practice squad.
I'm too unprepared for this thing right now. Who is our active players today? I wonder if we got Trayvon Hester active today.
Jesus, man. Through these first two games, if Gutekunst isn't looking for trade candidates to help the defensive line, then we may as well toss the season away. Like this defensive line is not going to cut it come playoffs.
The thing is, like,
Lancaster
defensive
looks
line's a defensive line's a pretty tough like position to fill, especially in the middle of the year. Who do you go get? I know everyone out there and us as well have really wanted Snacks Harrison, and we've like reports indicate that we gave him a contract offer and a pretty nice one based on reports. He just doesn't want to play football this year. He turned it down. So we should probably just forget about Snacks, even though he'd probably be the best player out there to help us.
Yeah, that's why I'm
What
thinking
else
it's
do you
got to
do?
come.
Do you trade for one?
I think it's got to come via trade. I think you get a month into the season and you look at the teams that aren't going anywhere and you say, "Let me take some old talent off you while you begin your rebuild."
So I'm not. Oh, come on, get there. Ah, man, you better
Shit.
stop him. Nice. So I'm not ready to shut the door by any means on Gary. It's the second year, and he's really only getting significant playing time this year. He could pan out and be a really good, consistent player for us. But what really killed me in that draft is I was holding out hope for Ed Oliver in that draft. I thought pairing Ed Oliver with Kenny Clark on that line to go with those Smith brothers would have been amazing. Like, I know he went to Buffalo like 3 picks before. That was who I was really hoping would fall. But on top of that, there was that it was the Titans guy. He went to the Titans. He would have been like a
Jeffrey Sinnott.
consensus top 5 pick, but
Yep.
he was hurt towards ACL. That was like a
He played
low key backup.
so well when he did get into the lineup
Yeah,
that the Titans released All Pro Jarrell Casey to save money because they were
yeah.
so confident
Well,
Simmons.
he was a consensus top 5 pick if he didn't get hurt. That fell to their laps at like pick 20. Like, and defensive line was a clear need. Now I know you can never have enough good edge rushers, and it made. I mean, I kind of understand the decision. Rashawn Gary was the consensus top recruit coming out of high school, but kind of underwhelmed at Michigan a little bit. Played okay, but underwhelmed a little bit. I'm not mad at the Rashawn Gary pick. I just probably wouldn't have taken him at 12.
Honestly, the pick I was really hoping for that draft, and the Bengals came in and swooped him up right before us, one pick before us. Jonah Williams,
Oh
right
yeah.
tackle from Alabama.
Hmm.
I would, granted, the offensive line has looked good this year, But I'd be lying if I tell you I felt comfortable about it going into the
Well,
season.
especially with Brian Balaga gone now.
Well, exactly, and that's the thing. We still don't have a long-term replacement.
No,
Rick
we don't.
Wagner is
It's a,
not
it's
the
a Band-Aid.
long-term.
It's a Band-Aid. Like,
Uh,
you got to think that right tackle or an offensive tackle is a clear potential first-round pick next year.
and that's the thing. I mean, we're looking at on both sides of the line, offense and defense. We need serious high draft capital investment in there to replace older departing guys or to simply infuse talent that's not there.
So,
I don't know how it's going to be tough to get all the talent we need.
so here's a question for you. Elton Jenkins has proved that he can kind of play all over the line. His best position by far is probably left guard, where he could turn into an all-pro player, like best at his position with time. Do you keep him there and keep a solid left guard line? Now, guard's not as important as tackle, but him and Bach could be like best in the league. Or do you groom him to take over right tackle, where he would be a solid right tackle, but wouldn't be like probably like all pro right tackle? He would just be solid and pretty good for you, which at a more premium position. I mean, it's food for thought. Looks like you kind of froze on me a little bit though.
I think the picks we get, free agents. Um, I lost you for a second there.
Yeah, I lost you too, but you're back now.
Okay. Well, the long and short of it, because I do want to get back to the game here, I would say we need more time to see how the roster shakes out over coming years before you make
Mm-hmm.
that call. But I do want to. We kind of talked over that last series there. I want to recap that real quick. Some really excellent open field tackles by the defense, along with the Lions penalty, created a 4th and 15. They
Yep.
punted. We are now picking up at our own 10-yard line,
And
and they
Rogers
opened
looking deep. He was. Oh, he pointed. You got check down. You got Mercedes right there. You had him right there. All right. All right.
Well,
Whatever.
Rogers runs and picks up about 7. So the old man still got some legs.
So doing these watch parties with you, I realize that the games go by like really fast compared to just watching by yourself. Like, we're almost to halftime already, and I feel like we just started like 15 minutes ago. But this is kind of like where I see this offense being the rest of the year. I think we have the ability to play well, but last week, you're not going to see Rodgers throw 4 touchdowns every week. Um, we're efficient, but we clearly have some problems still. Good run, good run, good run.
Oh!
Yeah, Jamal Williams, baby,
Man,
good run.
if that were Jones, that could have been a touchdown. Williams
Oh
just
yeah,
didn't have the
yeah.
breakaway speed there. He was about to hit open field
That's
before
kind of
he.
what we come to expect though, and that's give credit to Jamal Williams for being as good of a running back as he is. If we don't re-sign him, which I would love to, but I just don't see it, especially with taking AJ Dillon. He's going to be a starter on a team next year. So someone's going to get themselves a very good running back and probably one of the best pass blocking running backs in the NFL. But this is what LaFleur does. You kind of have the um, Aaron Jones series, and then you have the Jamal Williams series, and then they just kind of go back and forth.
Yeah, and I mean,
Uh,
you got to think the long-term plan is a classic thunder and lightning approach as they work AJ Dillon in more.
yeah.
He only got 2 carries
Hmm.
last week, but he
He
made
looked
good
good.
yards for them.
He
He
should be
looked really
good. I think he just has to work on his pass blocking. He's a liability to the franchise right now. You don't want to put him out there when he's not ready to pass block and have like Khalil Mack just blow up Aaron Rodgers for take him out for the year. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Devontae Eaton, get down. Go down. Just go down. Thank you.
and
Like,
that was
I get so
oh
nervous when I see stuff like that. Like, dude,
yeah,
you
I mean
got
that's like
lines closed in. Just go down, dude.
blindsided,
Yeah,
man.
don't get hurt, man. Don't like no. You just need to know when to fight for the extra yards, and that one wasn't a time to do it. Just go
That
down, man.
that release off the line so smooth, and then he reaches behind himself, spins mid stride, catches the ball without missing a beat. Like, can we just stop and take a brief moment of
So good.
silence to
He's
appreciate
he's so
how
good.
talented this man is?
Is Is Devontae Adams the best receiver we've had since Sterling Sharp? Is he better than Jordy? Is he better than Driver? Is he better than Greg Jennings? I mean, don't discredit like in the moment he's balling out and he looks amazing, but don't discredit what those guys did and how good they were in the prime. But like,
I mean,
oh
it's
my
tough.
God, he could
It's
be.
one of those things where they have offensive holding. It's one of those things where you would want to. We'd have to watch film on both of them because I've got a soft place in my heart for
So
Jordy Nelson,
yeah,
and
me too.
and the he was just, even though he didn't have elite speed, the deep balls that
Hmm.
he could get, and just the back shoulder sideline connection he had with Rodgers. I mean, Jordy Nelson was a special receiver. Devontae Adams, his game is different than Jordy's, but I think he may be just as special in a different way.
Yeah,
Um, it's definitely it's a pleasure to watch both of them,
for sure.
and hopefully one of these young guys like MBS or
Good play.
EQ steps up, and
Good play.
maybe we'll be talking about them as the next great Packers receiver.
Hope so. So fell back to a 1st and 20. Rodgers just hit MVS on a solid 8-yard gain. We're still looking at 2nd and 12 going forward here. MVS has
MVS
played pretty
did a
well.
lot of underneath work, and
Yeah,
he's making the catches. He
he's
had two
great.
critical
He
drops last week.
yeah.
No drop so far. I like the concentration. He's looking good.
Yep, no drops so far today, as you said. He's looking solid. Rodgers is slowly starting to get his efficiency up after a pretty poor start. He's 10 for 14, 108 yards and a touchdown. He's
Lions are
start
close to the line.
Yeah, he's starting to find a groove here. He's got to be another pass play, right? Nope, we're running. Solid play with Jones.
Big hit.
Jones. Yeah, look, almost a little bit of a late hit there too, but all right. We're probably looking at a 3rd and 7, I'm guessing.
I'm wondering
And
if
we're
maybe
going to a commercial break. Is that a 2-minute warning or a timeout?
wondering if
Not
maybe
sure.
they dial up Mr. Alan Lazard here. Seems like the only
Getting
time they
solid.
come is when he needs
3rd
a
downs,
third down
1st down.
conversion,
Yeah,
and he seems to come through every time.
sure does. He sure does, dude. So while we're on a commercial break, I've been mulling this over because I know that we're both insanely busy these days. But you mentioned looking at the tape, and NFL.com just released a new addition to their Game Pass. So the Game Pass, you usually just be able to watch like a 45-minute condensed version of every game. But they released a new feature called the All 22, which is literally the the same tape that the coaches get access to game plan. You get to watch every camera angle throughout an entire game. So if you want to study just the secondary, there's cameras that just focus on the secondary, and you can now watch that. I've been contemplating potentially buying that just so I can actually study more of the play by play. If I want to watch Darnell Savage's every single play without the TV cameras zooming in on the running back, I can do that
You
now.
cut out for
Oh,
like 10, 15 seconds there.
so if I want to focus on Darnell Savage, like every play that he had out there, without the network broadcast zooming in on the running back and I lose him, I can now do that with the all 22 coaches tape. So I've been mulling doing that. If it's something that you might potentially be able to find time like once a week to do, we could find a way to make that work, and we can pick something to like study some game tape together. You just gotta let me know. And
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being totally honest, it's probably not something I can squeeze in right now. But I think that could be a great after the season
mhm.
way to fill some time there is
I'll
actually
have to research and see if I can still get access to it all after the season. So if I can download the stuff, that would be great. I would love to be able to download that and keep it for like years down the road. So
and the connection seems to be
yeah, it's cutting
losing
in
some
and out right
quality.
now. I never actually got around to it. Our day 3 picks this year were Josiah DeGora, Kamal Martin, John Runyon, Jake Hansen, Simon Stepaniak, Vernon Scott, and Jonathan Garvin. Obviously, it's 2 games in without a real training camp and without preseason. It's impossible to really judge these guys, so we're just going to kind of put an asterisk next to all of them until we give them a 1 or 2 year span to see how they do. So
I mean,
third
so far
down,
they've been looking good,
Rogers
but
going deep
Rogers
to,
1-on-1.
oh, missed him. And he looks hurt. He looks
Yeah,
hurt.
that Lions defender came in and hit his head.
Head,
Honestly,
yeah.
that should be a penalty right
Oh,
there.
he is hurt. Helmet is off. We are, dude, we are scary thin at wide receiver. Scary thin.
Another pass where Rogers overled him.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Right in the face mask, dude. That looks like a neck injury. Oh man, not good. Not good at all. What do you
Rough.
do? What do you do if MVS has to miss time? Who is behind? Honestly, who is behind MVS? We got
Lazard.
we got Lazard's number two. I would argue like he's in front of him. Who's our take the top up? Probably Malik Turner that we got
Yeah,
from
I mean,
Seattle, but
you don't. Is he even on the active game day roster right
I
now?
don't know. I don't know about today. Maybe I haven't been able to find the active roster in the little bit that I've been looking.
Yeah, I mean, this is if MVS is out for this game, or hopefully no more than that. I mean, the tight ends need to step up and involve themselves in the game plan. I mean, we saw Jay Sternberger drop an easy first down earlier. Big Bob Tanyan dropped another catch that should have been made for a big gain. Tight ends need to start contributing because the
Well,
Lions are going to cover Adams if MBS is out.
we also just put St. Brown on the IR. So I think he's out for at least 3 weeks. I
Yeah.
think they. So I don't know. He could be out for longer too. Um, but we're in trouble. Like, let's just not sugarcoat. We're in trouble if we lose any receiver. I mean, take it with a grain of salt because they said that last year when Devontae Adams was hurt for like 4 games and we literally won every game.
I mean, every game flowed directly through Aaron Jones for that
Mm-hmm.
4 game span.
You got
I
to
mean,
assume that teams are going to be more prepared for that the second time around if something like that happens. Now,
so far, our most successful drive, it did go all through Jones.
I'm telling you, Jones, I would like. I'm not usually for re-signing running backs, but our offense is so efficient with Aaron. He fits the LaFleur system to a T. Better than Williams and probably better than Dylan will. I mean, I'm cool with giving him like a 3 year contract for a mass amount if it doesn't really screw us with like other stuff going forward. Just because he's that valuable to this offense. But
I mean, that's the thing, though. You're looking at other top running backs in the league and the contracts they're signing. You willing to pay $15 million a year for a running back?
it's so rich for a running back. It's so rich, considering that like they have such a short shelf life. It's such a demanding position, and you can find good running backs pretty late in drafts. It's just tough,
So
but
we're going for it on 4th and 7
we
at
are.
midfield.
I don't know how
This
I feel about
is
this,
I don't like this call. I don't.
especially
I mean,
with no MVS out there. Was Devontae's up top? Devontae's up top. Aaron Jones is. I think that or is that Tyler Irvin?
just trying to draw them offsides.
Oh,
They
okay.
take the penalty, buy some room for the
Yeah.
punt.
Well, it's looking like barring a pick six or a fumble recovery, it's looking like we're gonna go down. We're gonna be going down at the half. Let's just hope that it's
Yeah, let's
14-10.
exactly. The Lions have 2 minutes and all their timeouts, and our defense couldn't stop a Pop Warner team right now.
No, it's bad, man. It's pretty bad.
We will be getting the ball to start the second half. So you would have hoped we scored there and used it as a launching point for momentum. But at the very least, hopefully we hold the lines here and then can pick up in the second
This is
half.
J.K. Scott's first punt of the season, and it's a good one, man.
Excellent,
It's a
excellent.
great
Good
one.
start.
Good job, J.K. For anyone who's doing fantasy, you'll obviously already know this, but Calvin Ridley is balling out right now. He's got 2 touchdowns today, so
That Falcons offense they look good, man. Julio
They
Jones
think
got early.
they think that they got 3 receivers on that team that can put up over 1,000 yards, according to Matt Ryan.
And you can't forget they
What's
signed
out?
Todd.
No, it's your job to check your own team. Hold on,
Gurley.
give me a quick second.
You checking fantasy right now? All right. Well, we're picking up lines starting at their 6-yard line. Stafford in the shotgun. They start with a run. Picks up maybe 4 yards. Looks like it was DeAndre Swift. Okay, so they've got Swift in there. His strength is pass catching. That's something to watch here if he swings out. If we've got anyone to cover him, defensive line actually gets some push here. Safety. Did we just get a
Maybe
safety?
you know what? I bet they won't give it to us. Nope, they're gonna put it down for one. They are so like they're so liberal with giving it to him at the like giving him the benefit of the doubt. Like
This
as soon as
Jared.
he
Wait,
as soon as he touches him, as soon as he touches him, yep. So he touches him there. You know what? Yeah, I guess it's down for one. He's
all right.
right,
Well, that's Z
but
Smith coming in, making a play when
a
it's
great
needed.
play. You got to assume that we could. How many timeouts we got? We burned one. We burned out. We got one left. We could get this ball back and still get. Yeah, you got to assume that they're gonna go with a run here at the 1 yard line.
Do
Either
they
there, a
though?
really quick pass, really quick pass.
Well, yeah, I think given how weak our defensive line is, they run.
Yeah,
But if
and
we
then
had
punt.
Kenny Clark in there, there's a chance for safety in that scenario.
Yep. All right.
And
So we're gonna get the ball back with about a minute to go.
good field
Oh
position
boy,
too.
hold on. There's a
Oh,
flag.
I don't know what it could be on a run.
If it's
I don't know.
holding on the offense, you gotta decline it, right?
Yeah. All right. What do we got? Holding.
Holding on the offense declines.
All
So
right.
3rd and 16. We're gonna get the ball back with our man. Knock on
So
wood that Tyler Irvin doesn't mess this up, but
okay, so this is first punt of the game for the Lions, and I
mhm.
was talking about this earlier. Special teams for first time in a while, not a weakness. Is this an opportunity for our special teams to create a spark that the
Oh
rest of the
yeah,
team has been
oh
lacking?
yeah. Could you imagine the momentum going into the locker room if Tyler Irvin could somehow break this and we go up at half without even having Rodgers come out onto the field?
I
Amazing.
mean, Swerve Irvin, he's got the agility, he's got the speed. Let's see if the coverage lines up
Oh,
for him.
he called fair catch. He had some
Oh,
room too.
man,
He
he
had
had
he
at
had
least
room.
10 yards.
Man, he had time.
That was
But
a
hey,
bad fair catch.
um, who else would you want with the ball in their hands with a minute to go? I mean, it's never a bad idea to put the ball into Aaron Rodgers' hands with a minute to go in the game, especially at
And
like
no
midfield. We can at
timeouts.
least get a field goal out of this, and we get the ball after half. So don't forget that we get the ball too.
So we got to remember no timeouts remaining. MVS, I don't think it's going to be in on this series.
I'm going to
Um,
look him up right now while you. Um,
yeah, so I mean, we don't have a guy to take the top off right now. You got to think they're going to roll coverage to Devontae. So are we going to get
Lazard
Lazard?
or Jones, or maybe
I
even
mean, you
even
think
some even some tight end group effort right here. We're going deep.
go?
We're going deep, and we got him.
Oh,
We got him.
oh man,
MVS is back out there.
MVS.
MVS is back out there.
All right,
Yeah,
man.
boy. Yeah.
Man, it's kind of fun to watch this relationship budding between Rodgers and MVS.
Let's
Uh,
fall. We got a flag. Late hit. Late hit. Move that ball forward.
that was a late hit.
Oh yeah. Wait, was he out of bounds? Oh, he was out of bounds. He caught that out of bounds.
Yep, out of bounds. Shoot.
But so, how does this work then? So, if he caught out of bounds and the catch technically doesn't count, but he still had a late hit, do we get the yard still?
I think we would still get the yards. I
Holy
mean,
cow!
you do like
So
seeing
from the previous spot, so unless
or 15,
do
15 from the previous
they're gonna
spot.
challenge this, or it's under 2 minutes. It's gotta go to a booth review. But
No. I think they already ruled it not a catch. They
okay,
had a second and 10 on the 10.
okay.
Um, yeah. So yeah. I mean, it's encouraging to see Rodgers looking for MVS so much these past 2 weeks. It really shows that
Well,
relationship
so
developing.
it took Devontae Adams until his third year to kind of really develop a good rapport with Rodgers, and look at him now. I mean, um, nice play.
Quick over the middle to
Nice
Devontae.
play. Pick up that first
Oh,
down.
come on, man.
No, is that horse
Hey, that's
collar?
a
Yeah,
horsepower.
horse collar. Yeah, good job. Honestly,
Lions shooting
honestly,
themselves
you
in the foot
guys.
right now.
Hey, man, enjoy this. Enjoy seeing how good of a receiver Devontae Adams is right now. In the moment, right now, like you're you're watching a potential Hall of Fame receiver just blossom before our eyes. He
You
tied
know,
Don Hudson's record last week, man. Don Hudson. No other receiver's ever done that besides Don Hudson.
the wild thing is when you look at Devontae's career stats, I think he's only got 1,000-yard season. Like he's got so many seasons where he was within like
Yeah.
10 and 20 yards. Last year, I think he finished with 997 yards, but he was out for 4 games.
Hmm.
So I think that's part of why he doesn't get the league-wide respect that he deserves. But if you just watch this guy on a game-to-game basis,
Oh,
it is clear he's elite.
he is the best receiver when it comes to separation off the line of scrimmage. No, you can't press him. If you press him, he will destroy you. If you try to press him, good
Big
run,
run,
Williams. Pick up
big
that
run
first down.
down to the 10.
Get up there and
You got to
do
spike
you
it.
do you spike it or do you go for a quick play?
I've seen Rodgers do a mean fake
Do this,
spike.
especially against Miami. I'm thinking
Yep.
Miami right now. He's going play. He's going play. He likes the time. He doesn't want to burn the down. But
What are you doing?
but
Why are
you
you
gotta
burning?
go quick, man. You gotta go quick. Ah, see, for that you should have just spiked it. Save the time. But all right, hey, plenty of time still. 19 seconds to go. You can get all. You can get 2 plays off in 19 seconds easily, and then still get some points on the board. It's imperative that you don't make any dumb fucking decisions going forward. Yeah, at least come away from this drive with points.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think avoiding dumb decisions, we've got the best guy in the league at that. So
absolutely.
I'm not too worried about that. I do think we're going to be coming away with at least a field goal. I would really like to see it be a
So
touchdown.
we got Lazard in the slot, Tanyan line up just outside. Devontae's down low. He is going end zone. Touchdown, Tanyan! Touchdown, Tanyan! Yeah!
Oh man, getting fired up, Andrew.
Oh, that's Packer football, baby.
All
That's
right, tight
Packer
end. Oh,
football.
we do have a flag on the play. There
Oh
is.
man, don't take away my holding on defense.
Okay. Thank God.
We're good.
All right. Big Bob Tanyan, reminding us that tight ends exist in this offense.
They better exist in this offense because we've invested some significant draft capital in them. Now it's funny that Tanyan's been the best of the bunch. Now it does take tight ends a long time to get acclimated into the NFL, and Tanyan's the most experienced. But what was Sternberger was a third round pick, and so was Degora. I mean, we got 2 tight ends that were third round picks on this team. So
Yeah, I mean, I was
they
I
better
was
turn
highly
out.
encouraged by how much Degora played last week, and
Hmm.
and his run blocking looks really good, and I think he'll work more into the pass game. Sternberger, he has been a bit disappointing so far, and you got to
Yeah.
remember he was out for a significant portion of training camp
Hmm.
on the COVID
COVID
inactive list.
list.
Um,
He might turn it on second half of the year, maybe, but
but also you don't hear a lot about side effects of people who've recovered from COVID. But I personally know I have a cousin who had it, and she recovered, but she has fatigue issues now. She can't
oh.
work 6 hours without getting tired. You
Hmm.
got to wonder if something like that might have a year-long effects on Sternberger. Hopefully
Got
not.
got to wonder if I got it because I'm tired after work every day. So maybe I got to.
All right, 17-14, kicking off to the Lions with what do they got? 14 seconds left.
Yeah, you gotta assume that they might do some short like screen pass thing or like a run just to see if they can't bust one and you know get to like a Hail Mary play at half. So it's imperative that Green Bay just um, plays fundamental football on this play, doesn't give up anything big,
I
and
mean, we have been making some
yeah.
pretty good open field tackles,
So we
which
played well. It looks like we made some adjustments. And 2 touchdowns in the first 2 drives, but then back-to-back punts for Detroit. So I'll give Patton benefit of the doubt. We've made some decent adjustments
well, I
so far.
I don't even know if it's been
Oh,
adjustments so
yep.
much
There's that
as
screen.
as I've just seen the defensive line getting a little more pressure, like
Yeah.
Zadarius Smith kind of taking over a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, and maybe he was the heart and soul of this defense last year. He was the leader, the guy who fired people up, and maybe he looked at it and he said, "Hey,
Hmm.
it's time to put the wall up. We're in Lambeau."
So we'll just do a little. Now that we're heading into halftime here, Detroit's just. Oh, looks like they are going to do one last play. So I will hold off on what I was
Try a
going to
Hail
say.
Mary. Try his
Oh
best Aaron
yeah,
Rodgers impression.
yeah. He's got an arm. He's one of the better QBs in the league with a cannon for an arm. Just got to send everyone back. You got to
I
assume
see
this
what they're
is
doing
this
here.
is a.
They're hoping for a defensive
Nah,
pass
yeah.
interference.
There's no way. There's no way he can get this to the end. Yep. There's no way. He's hitting Hawkinson, going down. Oh, he's calling timeout. Oh, tricky, tricky. There's no way they try a field goal from here.
Why not?
Really? All right. Hey, do it. No, don't do it. Actually, just don't do it. Actually, I don't want you to make it. Hmm.
Prater's got a big leg.
Yeah, I know they do, and they're gonna send him out too and see what happens. Oh boy.
Yeah, and I don't mind the way Pettin defended that because you can't give up the big play in that scenario. You
Yeah,
got to
you're
open
right.
up the middle of the field. You got to open up underneath. Lions just executed very well and were very fast. Um, okay, yeah, they're not kicking. They're going for
No,
the Hail Mary
they're
here.
going for this Hail
That would have been
Mary.
like a 70-yard
We
field
gotta
goal.
have guys back, right? Yeah, we gotta have guys. Oh, free
Oh,
play.
offside.
Hey, thank you, because Rogers never gets free plays anymore. So you better throw that flag in.
Man, I love the free flag.
Um,
I don't know
hold
why they're
up.
trying to kill it.
I don't know. Did you just see that pop up in the corner?
No.
It said Jeff Driscoll was intercepted. Is Big Ben hurt? Ben
Actually,
out?
I do have that game on my television. I haven't been watching it though. It looks like right now they've got a field goal unit out
Um,
there, so I'm not sure. That would be a
or
huge
or or maybe
choice.
did they just like throw him out there because he's got a bigger arm at half or something? Um, yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Okay, here we go. It's
57
regardless.
yard, 57-yard attempt.
It's, Prater can make this, and it's right down the middle too, and it looks like there's no wind, no wind at all. Oh, he's gonna miss it. Yes,
Wide. Very wide.
yes.
All right.
Hmm.
So we head into halftime with a 3-point
All right,
lead.
young man, we are looking in good shape at the moment.
Weathered an early storm.
Yes, we
Things were
did.
not looking good in the first quarter. Rodgers in the offense, though, they kept the team's pulse even. They didn't let us
Hmm.
panic. They kept us moving on slow, methodical drives, and the defense started to come around. So second half, it's going to be exciting. Unfortunately, I am not going to be able to talk over halftime because my phone is just about dead. I need to go get this sucker charged, and
Okay.
I will return at the start of the second half.
All right, you guys, we will take a momentary break, and we will return at the end, at the beginning of the second half. You guys. All right, you guys, we are back. At least I am, and I think Cody is as well.
I am,
So,
I am, but I
so
don't
we
see
are.
you on your
Yep,
feed.
we're gonna get you going. We're gonna set Cody up with the feed on his end so he can see. This should be the Cody. Can you see it? Big run by Jones. Big run by Jones. Oh, take it
Oh,
off, baby.
baby!
Oh,
Oh,
what a play! What a way to
oh,
start the second half. Touchdown,
touchdown!
Jones! I'm over in front of the camera right now. Oh,
Oh, what a way to
play,
open the
baby!
half!
What
What a way to open the
a
half!
play!
That's it. That had to be 80-yard touchdown run right there. Did you mute yourself, or
No,
have
I'm
you
just not
just
talking.
lost
No,
the capability of speech
no,
because
I
you're
just
so excited?
I just wasn't talking at the moment. What a play! Look at this replay. Oh,
All right. Right up the
oh man! What a way to start second half. That, my friends, is why I want to re-sign Aaron Jones, despite never wanting to sign a running back.
Man, he is the offense. Like
God.
that guy is just a baller.
He could take this with a grain of salt, you guys, because I'm all emotionally invested in Aaron Jones at the moment, but he could be more valuable than Devontae Adams. This is up. Like, take it with a grain of salt, as I said, but like 1A and 1B, basically, you guys. Holy cow. What a play. I
I
mean,
mean,
give credit to the offensive line for making that hole, but give credit to him too for seeing that hole, making the cut, like hitting it
what?
hard,
Yeah,
and then
he hit
still
it
making a
so
couple
hard.
guys miss.
He accelerated so quickly, blew past two Detroit defenders who took bad
Oh my
angles.
God, what a play.
You're gonna pay. You're gonna pay
What
if
a
you
play.
bad angle on
And
the
look at them
defense.
shades. Look at the shades. I love it. You got those Macho Man, Randy Savage shades going. Oh, yeah.
That
Rumble, young man,
that's
rumble.
that's the start to the second half I
Oh,
wanted.
yeah, dude. What a play. Hey, fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah.
Hey, do you have your phone muted?
Um, are you getting some
I'm
feedback
getting
interference right now?
yeah. Yep.
All right, let me mess with it. I'll be right back to you guys. We're gonna keep it rolling though, because it'll be a quick fix. But
So I mean,
there we
Aaron
go.
Jones.
That
Aaron
should be good for
Jones.
you.
He's got a receiving touchdown, a rushing touchdown.
Oh,
That run
let's
puts
just
him over.
take a look at Aaron Jones' stats here at the moment, big guys. I can tell you exactly what they are.
Detroit wasting no time in getting out on the field. You got to think they're starting to feel a little bit of urgency right now. Are they going to stay committed to the run? Still a 10-point
Yep,
game.
they sure are.
They open with a
Still a
run.
lot of ball game left. Aaron Jones has 9 carries for 110 yards and a touchdown. He also has 2 receptions for 29 yards and a receiving touchdown. 2 touchdowns on the day, and he has 139 all-purpose yards on 11 touches. That's efficiency.
I gotta say, honestly, I really thought this would be a game where the receivers were leading the charge, but Aaron Jones, like, just proving that
Oh, he's a beast.
he
He's so
butters the
good,
bread.
dude. He's so good. I mean, give credit to our other running backs and give credit to the offensive line, but Aaron Jones is, make no mistake about it, he is this offense.
I'm
TJ
impressed with the
Hawkinson
open field.
getting involved in this offense here on this play or
I gotta
on this
say,
drive a little
I'm
bit.
impressed with our defense's open field tackling this game,
Yeah,
though. You know,
that was a problem
even
for
though
us
they had a
consistently for a while. So,
for sure. Even last year we had open field
oh
tackling
yeah,
issues.
yeah.
But this game, the big plays that the Lions have gotten, they haven't been because of missed tackles so much. It's really just been
hmm
good execution on their part, lack of pressure up front.
hmm
But we've been getting more pressure on the line now, and lots of open field tackles. Stafford had to try a tight window throw and didn't make it. I think that was that Chad and Sullivan flying in there and breaking it up.
Yep, looks like it.
3 now. Man, if we
Hey,
can put on
yeah.
a touchdown
Here we go,
now,
man. This is it. This is
then
it right here.
this is exactly the situation the defense wants to be in. If we can get another touchdown and then the Lions have to start passing, that's what our defense is
So,
built for.
so what's your strategy then? What's your game plan going into this drive? Do you go balanced? Do you go pass heavy? Do you go run heavy? Me personally, I'm Jones might be a little gassed a little bit, but
I was
I'm
thinking,
going run heavy still. I'm gonna like keep feeding this. He didn't.
oh,
So
why would
he
you
called
not?
a fair catch. He called a fair catch at the end of the second half when he had 15 yards still, like no one there.
See,
But he doesn't do it there. Bad play, bad call.
see,
That could have been
he was in his
disastrous.
own head. He was in his own head. He knew
Yeah,
he left guys on the field before, so he wanted to try to make something happen there. That could have been a big gaffe.
it could have been
Thankfully.
bad, real bad.
But yeah, how do I go into this drive? I'm thinking Aaron Jones just ripped off an 80-yard touchdown run. He needs a series off to rest.
Hmm.
Um, Jamal Williams has been running well though. I think he's got
Now's the
like
time to potentially maybe give AJ Dillon a couple carries. I mean, I know they're doing like 2 or 3 carries a game. I think this would be the drive to maybe give him a couple. Like,
well, I would stick with Jamal Williams here because I want the flexibility of run or
hmm
pass. Because really they haven't shown they can stop our pass yet. And Jamal Williams, he gives you the flexibility to you can line up as a run, but then shift them out. And we've been
hmm
seeing a lot of 5 wide this game. Jamal Williams will let you keep doing that. AJ Dillon, I don't think he's proven yet that he can be that asset in the passing game. Maybe, but we just haven't seen it yet. Either way, if we can put on a touchdown here, this game could break wide open. Needless to say, it's a vital drive for the Detroit defense. While we're in commercial break here, take a quick moment to look around the league at some scores. Uh,
yeah. What we got
yeah, the
around the
Minnesota
league, Cody?
Vikings are struggling. They're playing the
Oh,
Colts. Colts are up
nice.
15-3. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, that Minnesota,
How about our other division rival, Chicago? How are they doing?
Chicago, they're up 17-3 against the Giants. I guess Saquon Barkley got carted off the field with a knee injury.
Oh, that's a significant loss for them.
Yeah, without Barkley, that offense ain't doing nothing.
Stick a,
So,
hey man, stick a fork in them for sure.
yeah, Chicago, they're I'm gonna call that a win right now. They can just run the clock.
Yeah.
Um, Around the league, other interesting matchups: Tampa Bay and Carolina. Tampa Bay's up 21-0.
Okay.
Honestly,
Wow.
the
All right.
most surprising,
They're bouncing back nice then.
yeah, the most surprising thing to me about the new Tom Brady Tampa Bay Buccaneers is their defense, man.
I'm
Uh,
not surprised by that. I said that to some friends earlier in the year that dude, they got a lot of young early draft pick capital in that team. They got Vita
yeah,
Vea. They
Jamal
got that.
Williams breaking through the
Oh
hole.
yeah,
Oh,
there's
about a
Jamal Williams.
20-yard run right there.
Dude, they got that linebacker Devin White. They got I think they got Ndamukong Suh. They got Jason Pierre-Paul. Like,
Yeah, no, I mean they've got a lot of talent. And
yeah,
then last year they had to deal with 30 interceptions from their quarterback.
right.
And now I think just by virtue of being a decent game manager, Tom Brady is
hmm
potentially making that defense
So
elite. Because the
they're
Carolina offense, they are loaded. I don't care if they got Teddy Bridgewater
oh
at quarterback.
right.
Look at their skill players.
I would what we got here? We got a flag for false start.
False
I
start.
would almost argue that the Bucks have the best linebacking core in the NFL because they got Devin White, Levante David, and Shaq Barrett, three amazing talents at linebacker. And then their defensive line isn't that bad either. Vita Vea tore it up last year. He was a guy I loved in the draft when he was there. Jason Pierre-Paul getting older, but he can still get done. And same with Sue. And their secondary, they are. I know they're really high on that Carlton Davis guy. They think he's a top 15 corner in the league already. He's just kind of flying on the radar. They drafted Antoine Winfield Jr.
So
Early.
we're first and
They,
15. We're lining up 5 wide. Ooh,
something short. And
man,
I'm gonna put that on Rodgers. Kirk
man, they
Cousins
came.
just got intercepted, by the way. Woo, woo.
Lions came in with an on-blocked blitz, and Rodgers got the ball out in time, but he got leveled.
Yeah, for
Uh,
sure, big
it looks
time.
like it might have been a cornerback blitz. Yeah, he just lays into Rodgers. I'm
Oh
sure
yeah.
Aaron is not happy about that.
Nope, and there was no flag on that either.
Yeah, so we're looking at second and 15 right now because of the the penalty from the false start. So you think they lean into pass here, maybe a draw?
Pass for sure based on this formation unless they shift someone in. Okay.
Oh,
Oh!
baby.
Aaron Jones! He's not just a running back, he's a receiver, baby.
Man,
Hey,
that was a dime from Rodgers.
rumble, young man, rumble.
He's lined up against a cornerback.
Who's he lined up against? That's not Kuda, is it?
No.
No. Oh,
Yeah,
wow, what a play. What a
I mean
play. Hey, feed him. Left guard. I see the gap right now unless that linebacker fills it. That is, I'm running off tackle to the left side right now with Aaron Jones. You got Lazard up. Yep, that's the exact play I would run too. I'll take it too. It's like a 4 or 5 yard run. You can't go wrong with that. Can't go wrong with that.
lost you.
Oh, you lost me?
I lost
Sure.
the feed. Lost
I
you.
said I would run a left or an off tackle left run, and that's exactly what we did. Oh, look at Aaron Jones looking like Devontae Adams out there, baby. Man, what a play! What a great player! What a great player!
Yeah, the game
Oh,
feed
yep, yeah. I'm having a hard time on
went
my end.
down.
Okay, game's back. I'm not sure about the feed.
Okay, I've got a
First
real
down,
small
Tanyan.
feed,
Good
but I
play.
just want
All
to
right,
prove
Cody. Looks like
uh,
my internet kicked back in, and we're doing okay again at the moment. My internet, my GameCast feed shorted out here for a bit, and as well as my stream here, but it seems to be we're okay at the moment.
All right. So since I missed a play or two there, what are we
We got a
looking at?
first down. Rogers scrambled to his right and hit, I believe, Robert Tanyan with a first down throw. We are now 1st and 10 in the red zone. 10 minutes to go. 3 seconds on the play clock. Get a play. Do not call a timeout. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Yeah. Oh, it's the second time fucking Sternberger dropped a pass. Are you kidding me?
That would have put us right down at the
Oh my
2 yard line.
God.
It was
Dude,
right in his hands.
dude, what a liability. What a liability.
Rodgers is going to lose trust in this guy. He's going to
And
say, "Get
holding,
out."
you know, it would have been negated anyway because it was holding on the offense, but on Lucas Patrick. But oh my God, dude. What a liability. Get him out of there. Keep
Yeah,
Tanyan in. Put
yeah.
Tanyan in. Sternberger is going to lose, like, even the backup to, like, DeGora.
When we did our roster breakdown before the start of the season, I told you that I thought Tanyan was either going to be our first tight end or our fourth tight end, depending on Sternberger's progress.
Yeah,
And right
clearly
now,
he's,
it's looking
yeah.
like Tanyan's our tight end
Oh my
one.
God. He's got, what are we doing? I kind of like the formation of this.
Oh,
Oh, nothing. We went to Lazard. Man, that's so weird seeing no fans in the stadium.
yeah.
It's weird. Lazard's been pretty quiet today. I think he's got like 2 catches really.
I think both of them were third down conversions, though.
Nick Mullins.
So
Nick
it's
Mullins.
I do see that it looks like the lines have made some adjustments, and they're getting more pressure on the offensive line now. First
Um,
half, our offensive line was looking real good.
we
Right
got
now,
a
Rogers is getting some pressure.
NFC pivotal breaking news right now. Jimmy Garoppolo is hurt and has not returned to the second half, and Nick Mullins is now starting the second half for the 49ers. That is significant news given that Deebo Samuel is hurt, as is Nick Bosa, and I believe they have Richard Sherman on IR right now. That is,
And their
whew.
first round draft
And
pick,
Kittle. And
yeah,
Yep,
and
and
Kittle.
Kittle's hurt. Wow, holy
So
cow! I know they're
the
playing the Jets, but
the
man, are they fucking
Super Bowl
dropping like
hangover
flies.
curse is a real thing, man. Go back
Mm-hmm.
and look at all the Super Bowl
Yeah,
losers throughout the years, and
yeah.
it's they a lot of Super Bowl
It's
losing
tough to
players.
repeat. Like, oh man. Well, hey,
Shit.
one of your bold
That Lucas
predictions is
Patrick.
out the window. You said
Lucas
that's. I think
Patrick.
that's Rodgers' first sack of the year.
Yeah. Yep.
Not at a good time either. Are we still in field goal range? Wow, holy shit,
Well,
we might be out of field goal range on this, man.
see, that's
Shit, we might be
Lucas
out.
Patrick.
Oh my
That was
god, that's at the 40, so that's a 57. It's a
a,
57-yard field goal.
that was a
Might have.
real bad series by Lucas Patrick. He had a
That's
holding
when you
call,
can't take a sack.
let up
That
a
is when you
sack.
cannot take a sack.
Hey,
Fourth and
Rogers didn't
31.
have any
I
room to
know
work.
he didn't, but I mean, god damn, it was already like fourth and like 15 though. Like potentially do a running play to just get a field goal and get yourself that. Like, yeah, yeah. Oh, are you kidding me? Come on.
I saw
J.K. Scott's
flag.
look good though. J.K. Scott's look
Flag
good.
came out. They might have held one of our guys.
I'm gonna turn the volume up and see what this might be. Who the hell wants to listen to me and you fucking ramble on about this shit? Someone, I mean, at least 5 people did last week before we got shut down for like 5 hours. But
Hey man, I'm happy just to be doing it
this is better than listening to Joe Bach. So
to converse with a fellow Packers fan. Really add some excitement to the game. So what's the penalty?
so he failed the signal for a fair catch. Half half the distance. I don't know. He said a lot of words. He did signal for a fair catch. That's a fair catch signal.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
So regardless, they're inside their own 5-yard line is where the ball's turn out. I mean, good for us. So
I mean, that was good placement by
yep.
Scott,
Mm-hmm.
especially if Jackson was a
Mm-hmm.
little bit fast.
Oh, we cutting out again. Oh, oh, cutting out a little bit.
I got you back.
Cutting out a little bit. I got a notification that my internet connection is unstable, but seems to be going okay right now. And it's a commercial break, so if you're gonna cut out, now's the time. I would
Are you
want it to
seeing
cut
this
out.
Rob Gronkowski commercial right now?
I am with Tom Brady in it, as well as some Dallas
Yeah.
Cowboys.
Yeah, like Rob
This
Gronkowski
looks
was
like
like
a yeah.
laying in a silk robe eating
Oh
Doritos.
my god, Jesus. There's some significant injuries going around the NFL this week. Paris Campbell, anyone who's got the young and talented indie receiver on their fantasy team should be aware that he's been carted off the field today. Don't know what's going on with him, but that's not a good look. Paris Campbell, a early, I think, second-round draft pick last year. Colts are very high on him. He is now out. Anyone who started Rob Gronkowski on their fantasy team, I feel extremely sorry for you, as he is 0 for 0 right now.
Yeah, Gronk has not been looking so hot in his return.
Yeah. I heard he was a little bit gassed too with just he's had a hard time getting used to that heat down there in Florida, and he's also been off of football for over a year.
Well, I mean,
So
he lost so much weight when he left the
yeah,
league.
he had to
And that,
gain all that back too.
yeah, that's
So
I don't think we're ever going to see the
mm-mm.
the Gronk of the past
We will
again.
never see elite Gronk again. I think you will see a better version of Gronk probably the second half of the year. Granted, he stays healthy. I think it's going to take it without. I think the preseason, no preseason, really hurt him too. So this is like these first few games are his preseason. So I think um, it might be like he could be a prime like second half of the year candidate. So all right, Detroit's got the ball. Oh, picked!
Oh!
Touchdown!
Oh!
Touchdown!
Oh!
Oh!
Turn it on, baby.
Oh, was that Chandon
Chin
Sullivan?
Sullivan?
Chandon Sullivan!
That was just pure instinct right there. He
Oh, yeah!
jumped that route. Like you can't teach that. You can't.
Cheers, baby.
All right, let's get a look at this. Stafford under pressure, releases.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
What a play by Chandon Sullivan. I know they're high on that kid. Not, you know what? I can see why.
Rashawn Gary was the one putting the pressure on,
Yeah,
right?
I can see why. Look at that. A couple young bucks making a play.
And Sullivan holds on to the ball one-handed while stumbling.
Oh, what a
Possession
play.
is never in question.
What
First
a
defensive touchdown.
play.
First defensive
Hey,
touchdown of the year.
hey. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
All right, man. We're gonna start. This game's gonna break open now. Lions have no choice but to pass at this point.
Yep. And
With
and
ours,
and they're gonna feed right into like our strength now at this point too. Like our defensive line is our weak point. Our secondary, I can't believe I'm ever saying this because it's been our weak point for years and years. But our secondary is the strongest point on our team right now.
oh hey,
Like,
we've invested enough draft
yeah.
capital in it.
I've even heard that Josh Jackson has looked really good at outside corner. Like they're not fucking around with Josh Jackson anymore. He's only outside corner because that's what he does best. He can't do anything else, but he's looked really good at outside corner. I haven't seen him out there too much. Even on that play, Chandon Sullivan was getting the play over him, and I can see why. But I mean, we're deep at secondary. We're talented. I
Hey,
personally love our
I want to interrupt you for a
secondary.
quick second. I think
Go ahead.
in all of your excitement, you might have knocked your tripod and the camera off kilter.
Oh, and is my tripod off a little bit? It's on a completely separate table right now, so I must have really been celebrating hard if I knocked the table way over there. Do you want it moved to the right or to the left more or what?
Can you actually tilt it up and to the right?
Sure. Give me a second. How's that?
Up a little bit more. Okay, that'll do.
That looks pretty in the middle to me. Hey, we bear no expense over here at Context Gaming. We got the most ghetto setup you've ever seen. The NFL wants to block us from like screen sharing, so we can't show you guys the game. I literally have my cell phone connected to Cody's cell phone, and we are broadcasting the game over a Facebook video chat, kind of like a Skype, and it's just pointed right at my TV right now. So
Yeah,
he's really on his
unfortunately,
cell phone watching this.
the local markets out here in Utah,
Yeah.
they've deemed the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Carolina Panthers more vital viewing than Green Bay Packers and Detroit
so
Lions.
so like you've been out there for what, about a year now?
Yeah, a little over.
So you probably had last year, right? They probably don't put Green Bay on TV too often out there unless they're the Fox late game or like a primetime game.
I mean, that's the nice thing about Green Bay is we get enough primetime slots
Yeah.
for a Fox late game that I got to see a decent number of Packers games last year.
Next week should be fine for us. I think we have a Sunday night game against
The Saints.
Saints, so we should be able to we should be able to stream that one just fine.
I would say us and the Saints right now, probably the best two looking teams in the NFC.
I heard that. Like, I didn't watch any highlights from the Saints last week, but I've heard people talk, and they say that Drew Brees has looked old, and his throws are just like lame duck throws. Like there's no zip behind them. Like plus Michael Thomas is out this week. He's got high ankle sprain. You know those things linger. We're looking okay, I think, against the Saints.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've been waiting for Drew Brees to drop off for years now.
Dropped it. Same.
He
never does though. He never seems to do that. But
well, I mean, as the season wears on, his arm's going to get more tired. If he has to play on the road in a cold environment, come playoffs, I don't trust that arm.
If he's looking this bad after week one, just imagine what like 16 weeks of throwing the ball 40 plus times a week is going to do to you.
See, I still think the Saints look like a good team though because their defense looked really good against.
Their defense is good. They're young and talented.
Keep in mind, they've got Alvin Kamara. They've got a great offensive line. When Michael Thomas is healthy again, best receiver in the league. They still got Emmanuel Sanders.
And they have a tight end that we should never let go.
Yeah. Jesus, yeah. Jay Sternberger could serve to watch some Jared Cook tape and learn how to catch it.
Why we ever let Jared Cook leave this building, I have no idea. He was young. He was talented. He fit the system well. I don't know. Third and
Really?
1, and they're passing.
Yeah,
They
that's
passed
surprising.
on 3rd and 1. Holy cow, that's some poor play calling, I would say.
They
Third
should
and
have just
1
ran that
with
ball,
no Kenny Clark, and you pass?
and we stopped it, baby.
We did.
Alex Ingram
Why?
broke up.
Is that a call that Cody Cottrell, head coach Cody Cottrell, would make?
Hells no.
Fuck no.
Third and 1. You put your fat hogs out there and you say, "Go get them, boys."
Hell, even put like T.J. Hawkinson in there in the backfield as like a fullback and just feed like AP. AP will get you at least 1 yard, even if he's like 65
Hey,
years old.
now one thing I'm gonna watch here is watch for a fake punt. We got caught on a couple of them last
He's
year.
punting. However, now call that fair catch. You called that fair catch, right? Thank you. Whew. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean that's one place our special teams got
Mhm.
burned a few times last year on fake.
Definitely.
So in a 4th and 1 situation there, being down 17 points, I was a little concerned, but
Hmm.
it kind of looks like the Lions are packing up and preparing for next week.
It might be. Which is, I mean, I'll take any divisional win we can get. By the way, do you remember that we swept the entire division last year? We were 6-0
Yeah, I
the
do
entire division.
remember that. And
Yeah.
and when we did our season predictions at the beginning of the year, I didn't intend like I didn't go in
Mhm.
expecting it to shake out that way, but when we went through game by game and I came out with an 11-5 prediction, part of that was a second divisional sweep. 2 years in a row. We're off to a hell of a start on it so far.
I'm looking up right now if any NFL team has ever swept the division 2 years in a row.
I mean, that would just be a monumental task, but it's possible.
Well, I'm about to tell you an answer here. Well, it's a 2015. Um, It's never happened. As of 2015. Now, if it's happened since 2015, then I stand corrected. Please comment below and let me know which team has done it since 2015. I'm getting my source off of Reddit, which can be unreliable at times. And it's literally, I'm going off the best comment that's been provided. As far as what I'm reading now is it's never happened. Um, there's been multiple teams that have swept their division, including playoffs. So they've gone as far as 8-0. So they would play one of their division rivals in the wild card and then another division rival in the divisional, thus making them 8-0. But there has never been a single NFL team that has swept their division in the regular season 2 years in a row. So we would be the first, but we would be 8-0 right now, dating back to the beginning of last year, and we got 4 games to go. We don't even play the Bears until like week 11 though. We play them in week 17 and like week 11 or week 12. So
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that would be a hell of a goal to set as
mhm.
a team. Say, hey, we're going to be the first to do
Hey,
this.
you sweep your
Dominate.
division, you're probably going to win your division, which is an automatic playoff berth. So
Yeah.
it takes playing really bad to like sweep your division and like lose all your other non-divisional games and not make the playoffs.
Back
So
on offense,
all
toss to
right,
Jones.
we're giving Jones the ball. He is
Man,
eating, baby. He's got a
he
first down run. Man,
he's got the
hey,
speed, but
how much is he
he
worth?
also just brought the hand
Shit, you're cutting out on me a little bit. Um,
for
we'll
a
wait.
defender, carried him
We'll
another
wait.
3 yards.
Yep, you were eating out, or you were cutting out a little bit on me. So Jones is eating this game. It's clear he's valuable. How much is he worth? If you are Brian Gutekunst and you want to resign him, how much would you pay him per year? Is he worth 15 million a year? Is he worth 10?
He might be. He might be. I mean,
I don't know about 15, but if I can get him somewhere between 10 and 12,
I'd do it for 10
yeah,
and
yeah,
12.
probably, man. Do you see what he's doing out here? Like, probably. I mean,
I think a good way to think of this is Aaron
he's
Jones versus Kevin King. What kind of contract do you think Kevin King would get? What kind of contract do you think Aaron Jones would get?
probably about the same, man. I
Typically,
think I think
what
they're probably
it-
both between 10 and 12. I would guess if they get
well,
paid more than that.
I mean, if we're
So be
looking
it.
at market setting contracts, I believe Christian McCaffrey currently is the highest paid running back at around 16 million a year.
Yeah, which he deserves that
Yeah.
because he is that entire offense. So
But if we go look at corners, I believe Jalen Ramsey just signed the biggest contract.
yeah,
That's
mhm.
averaging about 20 million a year, if I'm correct.
Man, that's a lot of money
Uh,
for a corner.
well, so
That only shuts down one side of the field.
that's my thinking here. If the cornerback position is going to cost more, and obviously Kevin King, we're not calling him elite, but let's say it costs 16 million. I think Jones brings more value to the team than
Yeah.
Kevin King.
So if we can re-sign Josh Jackson, and keep him at outside, don't ever fuck with him. And oh, nice play by Lazard, first down, baby,
Big game.
nice.
Also,
Um,
we are staying aggressive, man.
we are.
Rodgers in the shotgun,
Hmm.
pass. Man, we've been killing him on those crossers all
Hey,
day.
if we can get a touchdown here, we can probably just about put this game in the bag. Probably. I know things happen. Hey, I will never. All the fans listening, like all like 10 of you, anyone watching, I will never say we 100% have a game in the bag because I lived through the Seattle Seahawks and NFC Championship game. I will never say that it's 100%. We had a 99.99% win probability, and they blew it. So I
You
will,
know,
like, forever, I
I
will never say we have it. Jamal
I
Williams
gotta
is
say,
in, gets a hard earn 3, 4 yards.
I gotta say, it's not intentional for sure.
Mhm.
But now that I'm thinking about it, we might bring up that Seattle game in every recording we've done.
We might, but I don't know if I ever want to watch it again. I've only watched it live. I watched it live, but I've never watched it again.
There's no
And
need
I've
to watch
never
it
watched
again.
that Monday night debacle with the scab refs, where like those are, we have terrible luck in Seattle for whatever. Like the last couple matchups we've won, like the last two or three, but yeah, we got bad luck. I see Devontae's still on the sideline for this, so interesting. This is Aaron Jones. Yeah,
God,
eat baby. Oh, he's so good. He's so good.
all right,
So
man.
good.
Give the guy a breather. Let's get AJ Dillon worked in a little bit.
He
Let
hasn't got a
him
single
pound
carry.
out.
AJ Dillon hasn't got a single fucking carry, man. So I think you're gonna see AJ Dillon in the fourth. If we score a touchdown here, I think you probably see almost no Aaron Jones in the
Who was that?
fourth.
Was that Lazard with that block? Like just
So
maul.
that's why Lazard is our number two. LaFleur has come out multiple times in press conference said that Lazard is one of the best pass blocking receivers he's ever seen. So not only does he like come up clutch on third and fourth downs, he pass blocks like a motherfucker, man.
Rodgers on the move.
Get down.
Slides.
Thank you.
About four
Thank you.
yards.
He doesn't got the wheels he once did. He can do it, but um
Yeah, in the
man,
past he would have been weaving toward the middle of
oh
the
my
field
god.
for the
It
first.
he probably could have got 2 or 3 more yards and then got down, but in the like I'm cool with that because
Yeah. Hey,
if
we
he
don't need to
goes
throw
down, we're
the
done.
collarbone.
Like, hey man, those 2 or 3 extra yards are not worth you taking a hit as you're sliding and like getting concussed. Absolutely not. Now I know Tim Boyle's look good, but Tim Boyle's no Aaron Rodgers, so
Yeah, I'm kind of curious at what point in the season we're going to see Jordan Love. I think they're going to
this
want to get
season
him.
you're not gonna see
Yeah,
him at all, man. You won't
I
see
think
him
they're going
once.
to want to get him some snaps at some point.
Mm-mm.
I don't think they'll do it early on, but I think at some point we're
We
going to have a
will.
blowout game where they want to get
Yeah,
Jordan Love.
yeah. You might see him if we're like 15-0 and like we've clinched everything, and they just want to like get him some game experience. We will. Hey, this is where we are different, and this is excellent for our viewers because viewers love controversy and they love things that are different. I don't think you will see Jordan Love active one game this year unless either Rodgers gets hurt or if we are like 14-0 or 15-0. He's gonna be inactive every single game this year.
See, I think certainly not until late. Ooh, all right, just batted at the line. There is
Oh,
a
we got a flag. All right, let's see what this says. How's that feed coming through on your phone? Okay.
little blurry, but not bad. Hold.
Holding on the defense, automatic first down. So next week we don't got to worry about it because we can both watch this on prime time. I think even after that we might have a prime time game too in week 4, and then we got a bye week in week 5, so probably week 6 at the earliest. We might want to figure out a way to
Oh yeah, obvious hold. Obvious hold.
figure this out to make it a little. I mean, you've been able to see just about everything and commentate on everything, same as me, without much lag. So, but I'm sure it's not ideal to watch it on your cell phone.
So we're in the red zone. 1st and 10.
We just moved.
5 wide. Five
He's
wide.
motioned
Stay.
running back out wide.
Go.
MVS dropped it. I don't know if it's on MVS or if it's on Rogers though.
Yeah, there's a quick bang bang play. It was hard to
If
see.
if anything, so we are in field goal range, so we're probably guaranteed just about 3 points off this to go up by 20. But more importantly, man, we are eating up this clock. It's almost the fourth quarter, and we're probably without a missed field goal going to get up 20 points. That's going to leave Detroit having to score 3 touchdowns in one quarter, which is a tall drink of water. So.
Another 5 wide. Man, we are staying ultra aggressive
Yeah,
here.
we are, and we go into the end zone, and
Is
he
that a
went through his
touchdown?
hand, and it was MVS. Nope, he dropped it. It went through his hands. I don't know if it's on Rodgers or MVS. MVS touched it. Why is Adams out, man? Is Adams hurt? Adams isn't playing, man. Uh, it was kind of
That
high.
was that was catchable. That was absolutely catchable. That was
MVS didn't jump high enough to catch it,
yeah. This is
but
the MBS had his feet on the ground. If he just jumped, that's an
yeah,
easy
he
catch.
jumped too early. He jumped too early. But more importantly, Adams is not playing right now. Is it because we're up, or is it because there's something wrong with him? That's big time news, man.
Incompletion. Oh wait. First timeout. We called timeout before the play. All right. I think
Nice.
LaFleur saw the oblong blitz coming, and
Trubisky just threw a pick, by the way, for all you Packer fans out there.
well, it looks like LaFleur just saved us a third down incompletion.
So,
Called before the play started, and I did see an on Detroit blitzer coming, so maybe
mhm.
LaFleur recognized that right before the play started.
For anyone who's got Devontae on their fantasy team this year, he doesn't appear injured. There's been no injury announcement, as far as I can tell, based off of announcements so far. However, he only has 3 targets this game. He's caught all 3 for 36 yards. But that's it. He's 3 for 36, and that was a terrible pass by Rodgers. We are kicking a field goal. But that is something to keep an eye on for why Devontae Adams is not in this game right now.
Yeah, I wonder if because I noticed earlier in the game he had come out for a few plays, but then went back in. I wonder if maybe he's got some sort of minor injury going on, and with us being up so much, just keep him out and rest him.
Maybe. I mean, it's possible, right, man? It's possible.
All right, Crosby, you gonna make this a 20-point game? Of course you are.
My man.
Right down the middle.
My man. All right, it's looking like we are going to a commercial break with a minute 30 to go in the third quarter. We are up 34-14.
Man, it's one of the interesting things to see this year so far
Mm-hmm.
has been
Keep it going.
despite how aggressive LaFleur is staying as a coach, like he's not letting his foot off the pedal when we have leads. But despite that aggression, we're still just dominating time of possession. We're
Last week
managing.
was insane what we dominated last week. It was like 2-1.
Yeah, like we're managing to stay aggressive and take big shots while also having long methodical drives. And I mean, that's how do you stop an offense like that?
Well, time of possession is one of the most important key characteristics of offense. Like if I was an NFL coach, one of the first things I would look at is time of possession, because not only does an increased time of possession mean greater chances for offensive efficiency and scoring, but it also means more time that the opposing team's defense is on the field and you can gas them. Like if you can like get 2-1 by the time that fourth quarter comes around, like I don't care how physically fit you are on defense, you're gassed. It takes significantly more energy to rush the passer than it does to just kind of sit back and block for the passer. It takes more effort for the cornerbacks to like not only cover the receivers, but also like take note of where the quarterback is and like read their eyes. I mean, there's definitely something to be said for that. So
Hey, quick game break to going around the league here. I know last week I talked about my belief in Minshew mania a little bit. Uh, Jacksonville Jaguars are within a touchdown of the Tennessee Titans right now in the fourth
ooh,
quarter. Uh,
ooh,
they could be a sneaky
ooh.
good team this year. I mean, they've got some fight in them.
What's that? Hey, what's Minshew looking like? Because I saw a couple pop-ups. But the pop-up I saw like interceptions. I think he's got 2 interceptions on the day. So I kind of wrote them off as just having a bad game. But if you say that they're like within a touchdown or something today,
Yeah, so
um,
the score right now is Tennessee 30, Jacksonville 23.
ooh,
Minshew, he's got 273 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
who's the
Uh,
touchdowns to? Who's it thrown to? Chark
touchdown.
probably.
No. Chark's the leading receiver, but no touchdowns. He's got Keenan Cole and Tyler Eifert.
Oh, Eifert, old Cincinnati tight end, is still getting it done at sea.
Yeah, I mean
All right.
Jacksonville. They're a team I could root for, man. You always like to see the underdogs doing well, and I just I want to see the mustache Florida maniac, um, cement his spot as a starter. But
We
we're back to the
are we
pre.
back yet?
Yep, we're back. Stafford in the shotgun. Quick pass to the flat. Picks up about 8 yards. Looks like that was DeAndre Swift. Adrian Peterson had some pretty tough running against us early on, but we pulled
Nothing
so
since
far.
then. And
Yeah,
we are,
it looks like they've really just exclusively been using Swift at this point because of his
yeah.
pass ability.
All right,
Dallas
second
coming.
and 2. Nice
Oh, who
play.
was that? Who
So
was
that was
Smith? Z Smith
Darius. Man, what
fighting off
blows my
blocks.
mind is the fact that he is this good. In the Ravens used him in a part-time situational role. Like
Yeah,
like that I will give Gutekunst credit on that. He was able to recognize that if you put that man into a full-time role that he would flourish. Because there's some players that don't flourish when switching from part-time to a full-time role. So
yeah. It's kind of wild that the Ravens let Zadarius go and then ended up signing Matt Judon instead. Which Matt Judon's
yeah,
not a bad player, but
the
Zadarius,
Ravens always have a good defense no matter what. Like they've been able to recover just fine from Zadarius, but it's still crazy that they let a talent like that leave. You know,
yeah. I mean, can you imagine if he was still with them? Like they'd be tearing the league apart.
insane, just insane, man. Oh, quick.
Ooh, ooh.
Oh,
Swift is getting a lot of action right now.
you know,
Detroit's kind of
this is
putting the
I
pressure
was
on.
gonna say that Swift hasn't gotten any action in this game. It was kind of all AP and carry on, but now here in the second half, it looks like they're starting to switch over to more carry on. Maybe it's because they're down. They just want to give them some experience, or I don't know.
Well, I
But
mean, I really think he is the best pass catcher of their running
oh,
backs,
easily,
and
easily, he's a 3 down running back if they give him a chance. So
yeah, and they're in a situation right now where they have no choice but to pass. And
mhm.
currently, our linebackers have not proven that they can keep up with them. Although probably a little bit by design, and that we're letting underneath and the middle of the field stuff be open. Um, you just gotta hope we don't see what we saw last week, where Patton goes into the prevent for the entire fourth quarter
Mhm.
and makes the game unnecessarily close.
Mhm.
Because Detroit, they're moving the ball right now.
They are moving the ball right now, looking pretty good too. Uh, Cody, what are we looking? I don't know if you got it up right now, but what are we looking at for scores across the league? I know, as I said earlier, most people watching this are already going to know what the scores are for everything, but it might be good to see some live scores in the moment. So,
Yeah, yeah. Well, some that jump out to me right away. Despite all of the injuries in San Francisco, they're up 31-6 against the Jets.
Jesus
The
Christ, they're so
Jets
good.
are by far the worst team in the league. I don't know why everyone forgot about that.
Easily.
Um, Indianapolis up 25-3 on the Vikings, just
Okay.
stifling that offense, which doesn't speak very well about our defense and us giving
Not
up
at all.
over 30 points last week. Let's see. Giants making it a little interesting. Chicago's still up 17-10, but Giants have the ball in the fourth quarter, only down a touchdown.
Hey,
Uh,
I know it's a tall task, but come on, Giants, man. Find a way, dude. Find Daniel Jones. Now's your time, man. Now's
yeah,
your
honestly,
time.
Daniel Jones, I actually believe in him as a franchise passer. I think he's got all the tools. I think he just needs to
Hey,
clean up some ball security issues.
hey, no one believes that more than me because I have him in a 10-year dynasty league and I have him as my second quarterback. He is a starter on my team, which means
Oh,
that
Jacksonville just tied up with Tennessee.
fuck yeah.
Man,
Well, who
they got
was it?
13 points in the fourth quarter. It looks like it was a touchdown run by James Robinson. But yeah,
Fuck,
man,
that kind of
believe in
sucks, but
Minshew Mania. Uh, let's see what else we got. Buffalo Bills up 17-13 against Miami. Um, Surprised that game is as tight as it is. Let's see. We're back to the Packers
oh,
games.
we are back.
Back.
That is Danny Amendola catching a short screen. Back it a
Rashawn Gary
little bit
recovering.
short. LaShawn Gary
Rashawn
making a
Gary.
nice open field tackle though.
Yeah, yeah, on Danny Amendola.
Exactly,
That's
exactly.
not a situation you want your defensive coordinator to be putting Rashawn
You know,
Gary in.
I've been a little underwhelmed by Christian Kirksey. He's kind of just been lost in the shuffle. I don't think he's done anything like terrible, but for someone who for a team that let Blake Martinez walk and they consider Kirksey an upgrade over him, I haven't seen it. I just haven't seen it at
Yeah,
all.
yeah,
He's
and
done supposedly he's faster, he's a better playmaker, he's sideline to sideline, almost in every way he was a little bit better than Blake. I haven't seen it, man. He's gotten lost in the shuffle just as much as Blake Martinez did. So
yeah, and I mean, you start to wonder: is it part of Patton's defense?
could be, could
I mean,
be.
you look back to I think his most successful defense was with the Jets back in the Rex Ryan years.
Mm-hmm.
Lions pick up a first down with a
Is
run.
it probably AP? Yep, with AP.
Um, but I mean, back in the Jets days, they did have David Harris in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
He was a tackle machine. He made some splash plays, but not like a ton.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe the Patton defense just leaves the middle guys to be the cleaning crew, cleaning up the
Mm-hmm.
tackles. Um, but yeah, I mean, it would be nice to see another playmaker emerge who wasn't on the team last year, or who didn't have a big role last year. So far, it's still been
Oh,
Alexander.
oh, oh no. Oh, fuck. Hall Jr. catches a touchdown pass from Stafford.
That was a nice pass by Stafford.
So this was the issue we had last week, man. We had a big lead and we just gave up big plays in the fourth quarter. We allowed the team to get back quickly. If you're gonna let a team score when you're up big, that's fine. I don't really care, but make them earn that touchdown. Make them go 9, 10, 11, 12
That
plays.
was
Don't
that.
ever let up a touchdown 3 or 4 plays. And that was a 4 or 5 play drive, and they scored a touchdown.
I think it was Amos in coverage, and he
Yeah.
just kind of let the receiver get behind him.
Well,
Should
this is why LaFleur probably feels that he can never let the foot up off the gas, man. Because you don't the defense is kind of almost like a liability at this point. We've last week was a disaster. This week, I mean, it's still early. We're up by 10 still, but I mean, there's still plenty of ball game left. You gotta come back. You gotta get some points off the chart, at least a field goal. At least a field goal. So
Yeah, it's
not
you know,
ideal.
I, I
It's
just
not
I just
ideal.
I just don't know if Patton is the guy because we've got pieces. We've got Jair Alexander.
Which sucks because I feel like we should have went with a different direction after the NFC Championship game. If you know that Patton's not the guy, because you probably know what you're going to get in him, why not go with someone else? Let LaFleur, like LaFleur's done a good job, good enough in his rookie year for me to have some faith in him.
And I
If
mean,
you're gonna,
I think
why
Lafleur.
not let him pick his own guy?
Well, I think that is one thing to consider. Lafleur is so young. Um, I think Rob Gronkowski might be down.
Oh
Um,
yeah, are you watching some
yeah, I just
Tampa
caught it.
stuff?
Well, anyways, um, yeah, Lafleur's so young and had no previous head coaching experience. Only 1 year as an offensive coordinator. He may not have a huge network of other coaches that he can call from that are proven at the NFL level. Um, maybe he does have connections to San Francisco. He was college roommates with their defensive coordinator. Now, I don't think we're getting him because he's probably on his way to being a head coach, but maybe that connection could lead to us poaching someone, one of the position coaches on their defensive
Mm-hmm.
staff. But I mean, if Patton doesn't put together a top 10 defense this year, I don't see why we're holding on to him. His third
Exactly.
year, uh, it, that should be the expectation. Top 10 defense. Anything less, you're replaceable.
Hey, take a look at all the draft capital that we've invested. Early draft cap. I'm not talking about like fifth, sixth round capital. I'm talking about like first, second, third round capital. Look at all that we've invested over the last like 15 fucking years. There is no reason why we should not have a top 10 defense year in year out. We've just done a shit job picking players in the first 3 rounds on the defensive side of the ball. Very like Jair Alexander is the only Jair Alexander and Kenny Clark are the only two defensive players I can really think of that are like currently on the roster that's been a really good draft pick. And it looks like Devontae is done for the day. He has his hold on. They're saying something about him. He's got a hamstring injury.
Ooh.
It looks like they are gonna let him take the rest of the day off. He's got a hamstring injury. He is currently walking on the sideline, so without much of a limp. But they're probably doing the Kenny Clark route and just being
Yeah. I mean, you gotta
safe
hope
with
that
him.
it's just it. You gotta hope it's excessive caution.
Yeah,
Hamstring, as we
it's
know from
early in the
Clay
season,
Matthews
man.
days.
Uh, nice run, nice run. It's early in the season. It's week 2. There's a lot of ball game left to be played. It's
Yeah.
better to. I mean, you're up. Hopefully, good enough to secure this win. But um, yeah, I don't blame them for letting Devontae sit, given how valuable he is. But it's never a good sign when your top receiver by far is sitting on the sideline. So
Yeah. Well, we'll see how the offense does without him.
hey,
I
other
mean,
players got to step up, man. Other players,
decent run to start.
Lazard, MVS, Tanyan,
Detroit's
Sternberger.
playing close to the line. They got a lot of guys up
Yeah,
close. Um, we
we're gonna
just
call timeout. We're
shifted
gonna call
left
timeout. Oh,
side.
we're gonna play. Nice play. Good job with the big dog. Mercedes Lewis with a flag on the play. What do we got?
Might be an offensive hold.
Yeah, probably. If you watch enough football, you can just kind of guess what it's going to be. Illegal shift, offense, 5 yard penalty, replay second down. So we're probably looking at what, like a second and 11.
And we've
Looks like MBS had an illegal shift.
MVS has had that's his second penalty today. Just a stupid mental error.
Yeah.
He has had a couple drops, but he's also had good catches. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he's still growing. He's still growing. You got to hope by the end of the year that he's a guy that we're looking at as a core player.
Yeah, yeah. You can hope, man. You can hope. Oh, nice run by. Is that Jones or Irvin? What a spin! What a
Oh
spin!
man, that
Hey, man.
spin was like a video game.
Fuck it, dude. Fuck it. Pay that man money. Pay him money. Just give him a new contract.
Yeah, like
Give him some monies.
I mean, this drive
I
right
mean, it's
here.
good because we haven't heard a
Yeah.
single thing from Kevin King today, which is good. That means that he's doing his job. But man, you know what? They always say that if a team really wants a player, they can always find a way to make it work financially,
Hey,
depending on
the
how they
Kansas
like.
City, they just signed Patrick Mahomes, Chris Jones. I think they gave Tyreek Hill an extension. Like they're getting their guys locked up.
Well, they did a lot of that because we're going deep, we're going deep, we're going deep. Yeah, MBS, MBS, MBS. Oh, we got tripped up. Shit, fuck,
Man,
shit.
man, Rodgers has still got a cannon in him.
Oh, he sure does.
And
So
that was in stride. Like
what a play! What a play! Oh, he's in bounds for sure. Oh, is he out there?
no, he's in.
No, he's in. He's in. He's in. No, he's out there though on the second step. On that second step, he's out. But I don't know if they're going to call a flag. They have to challenge it though.
Rodgers getting him to the line quick.
Yeah, give me a line. Call play. Call play. Call play. Hey, get him up to the line. Call fucking play.
I guess they're not too worried about it. I mean, I think we're starting to see through these first two games, MVS, like Rodgers loves the big play. He's always looking for the big play. MVS is becoming.
He's finally. Third year. They say third year is like when receivers like that's when Devontae busted out was his third year. So maybe this is the year.
Maybe I mean if he steps up and becomes a consistent deep threat that we've all envisioned, I mean that's exactly what this offense needs. And I think that'll put to rest a
Well,
lot
I
of
mean, hey,
about not drafting a
do you know
receiver.
what? Do you know what they passed on? Like they believe in the young receivers so much they passed on so much young, like other like established talent to secure this roster without giving up draft capital. Like everyone always throws out Antonio Brown, but it's more than Antonio Brown. I mean, they could trade for AJ Green. They didn't. They could have. They could have signed. Well, they did try to trade for Robbie Anderson, but they didn't go through, and they refused to sign him to the contract he wanted when he was a free agent. They didn't go after Emmanuel Sanders when he was a free agent. They didn't go after Mohamed Sanu. They didn't go after. Holy shit! There's so many players out there that they just didn't go after. I mean, and they keep saying that we believe in our young receivers. Even now, I mean, they say that like Odell Beckham could probably be had for like a second round draft pick. Would you trade a second round draft pick for Odell Beckham to pair him with Devontae on this team?
If finances weren't a concern, absolutely.
So
But
I think that's a big concern. If you sign Odell, then it's just about guaranteed that you can't probably also re-sign. You can probably re-sign David Bakhtiari, which is a priority, but you either can only re-sign one of Aaron Jones or Kevin King, or there's a chance you might not be able to re-sign either of them based on the
I
cap.
think if you change for Odell Beckham, there's no way you get Jones and King in there.
Probably not. Which at that point, would you rather? So then you're asking, would you rather have Jones or Odell Beckham on this team? Probably. It seems crazy to me to say, but probably Jones, I guess. You need a good running back. We're giving it to Jones. He busts out. He busts out. He's in the end zone. He's got 3 touchdowns on the day. Touchdown, Aaron
So
Jones.
the feed went out, and when it came back in, you were just freaking out. So I
Oh
knew we had a
man, that's gonna
touchdown.
be a Kodak moment. Aaron Jones just made everyone look silly. Can you see it now?
Yeah, I'm watching the
Oh
replay.
wow! Breaks a tackle, outruns everyone. See ya, stiff arm to the face. I'm in. I got 3 touchdowns on the day. Mr. Aaron
Hey,
Jones getting it done.
can I point something out right now?
Nope.
2 weeks in a row with over 40 points. When's the last time that happened for the Green Bay
Hey,
Packers?
what a prolific offense we got right now, man. Hey, and everyone said that we fucked up because we didn't take a receiver earlier in the draft.
Yeah, dude, honestly, the biggest surprise of the season so far for me. Oh, we're
We're
going
going
for
for
two.
2. We're going for 2.
Let's pour it on.
And we're giving it to Jamal Williams, the big goat, who gets it in.
Does that count toward your touchdown prediction?
At this point, you know what? There's a lot of ball game left, to be honest with you, and I'm gonna guess Aaron Jones is about done for the day. That
I hope
about
so.
that about puts it in the bag. You know what? At this point, you're up by double. It's 42-21. They need 3 touchdowns to even tie it with like 8 minutes to go in the fourth. It's looking like a long shot. I will forever never say it's out of the question, but now's the time to give AJ Dillon some experience, I
Yeah,
would
let's
say.
let that kid come in and
Yep.
bruise.
And not just AJ Dillon. Give some of the other guys, like, don't blow the game. Like, obviously keep some starters in there to, like, hold it down. But
Hey,
give Oren Burks some fucking reps. Give
hey, give
give
John Runyon a chance.
yeah,
Lucas
yeah,
Patrick had
put fucking
last
Runyon out there.
put
Put,
Runyon in there. See how he does.
now's the time when, like, Sternberger should probably be out there. Like, now's when, like, Sternberger should be getting some reps, some really solid reps on offense, and throw it to him a few times. Like, fuck it if he drops a couple. Now's the time when he should learn to do it. Like, yeah, this is the time when now you get your young guys some experience and start working on some of the things that might be an issue. But it's still a meaningful point in the game where it's not like a preseason thing where it doesn't matter. Like, there's still pressure on these players to perform, but you're also you've given yourself a good enough cushion where, like, it's not like crunch time. You still got some leniency, but don't let your foot up off the gas either, because they could still come back very quickly. This is the NFL, so.
Yeah, and I mean, those are probably the 2 areas I have been most impressed this season.
Mm-hmm.
One, the offensive line has just really blown my expectations away. They have just held up so well despite
Mm-hmm.
reshuffling and injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Really impressed me. And then 2, Matt LaFleur's aggressiveness. This guy has a killer instinct that Mike McCarthy couldn't dream of. And I love it, man. How many years have we watched leads evaporate because we went into conservative
Too
protect the
many.
ball?
Too many,
There's
man.
no there's literally no point in going into protect the ball mode when you have Aaron Rodgers, the best ball protector to ever play quarterback. He's
Mm-hmm.
not going to throw an interception, man.
Mm-hmm.
You can be confident that he is not going to make a dumb
Mm-hmm.
decision. So stay aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what LaFleur's doing. I love it.
Mm-hmm. God, I love those fucking shades. Look at that man. He literally looks like he is
And
Macho
he's
Man Randy Savage.
he's got to add some dollar signs to those shades.
Oh my God. Hey, Aaron Jones, where did you buy those shades? Because I'm gonna buy a pair for next week. I want to be rocking them during the watch party next week. Oh,
Oh,
oh, all right. Couple of good spins, but
see,
we'll see how it
them,
goes.
those were 2 poor tackle attempts. They didn't
Yeah,
go to wrap.
yeah,
They
they were
went in with
poor.
their shoulders, and they lost sight. They just put their head down,
Mm-hmm.
went in with the shoulder. You got to wrap up. Hey, I know it's early. I know the game's not over, but I'm gonna go grab a victory beer. Okay.
Hey, you go do it, because I've been drinking victory beers all game long. So, all right, we got Stafford lining up in a shotgun. First and
Oh,
10, 5 receiver wide. He's got to get rid of it because, oh,
oh,
potentially a forward pass. I think they're going to rule that a forward pass. It looked a lot like a forward pass to me, but they got pretty excited.
I didn't see what happened.
Stafford tried to throw it. He got hit as he was throwing it, and Green Bay picked it up, so it could have been a fumble, but it looked a lot like a forward pass to me.
See, the refs are supposed to let that play out, and then they
Yeah,
can change
I
it.
I feel like they kind of did, but oh, what's the flag? God damn it with the flags!
To me, I thought I saw Alexander come in late.
Intentional. They called intentional grounding. Fucking assholes.
Okay, all right. I'll be right back.
Was it intentional grounding? No. Yeah, that was a. Yeah, I guess that was a pass. But yeah, it's it's a good call because there was no receiver in the area. There was no receiver in the area. Redmond in on the tackle on Stafford. That's not good. That is Corey Lindsley, our starting center, who is walking off the field. No limp, but never a good sign. Something to keep an eye on going into next week. Oh, Rashawn Gary with a sack! First sack of the year for the young man. Yeah! There we go. We've been waiting on that. We've been waiting on that young man to fucking pull through like that. He looked good. He looked really good. Explosive off the line. Went up against the left. Oh, double team, and he just split the gap between the two and just fucking blew it up. What a play. What a play. He split them. He split, who was it? DeAndre Swift and the left tackle, or the right tackle. He just cut right through the both of them and made a play. 3rd and 30. Nice. Good play, Gary. Nothing. It's looking like 4th and 30. We are going to be getting the ball back, and this game is all but over. We are going to be celebrating another Packer win today, Packer backers. While we got a chance, those of you who are following the station, make sure you subscribe to not only our YouTube channel, but keep checking our website, contextgaming.com, as well as our Instagram and our Twitter. I don't update that as much as I would like to, but every now and then I do. As you will see, I'm wearing the prototype Context gaming hat. We will be having some more in stock, as well as some other Context gaming gear, perhaps even some pint mugs going forward. So keep an eye on the merch going forward. If you're interested, shoot me a message below on what you would like me to invest in, and we'll go from there.
We scored another touchdown yet?
We didn't, but you missed a great play by Rashawn Gary.
Yeah.
He got a sack.
Really?
Like a great sack, dude. So he was double teamed. They put DeAndre Swift and the right tackle on him, and he just like bull rushed through the both of them, like right through the middle of both of them, and made a play and got a sack on Stafford at like the 3-yard line. Close to a safety, to be honest with you. And that was a second down play, so it was like 3rd and 30, and they just ran a run play and they stopped at the line of scrimmage. So it was like 4th and 30, and now we got the ball back. Yeah, Rashawn Gary looked awesome. If he can do that consistently, we got a player on a team. So he
Yeah,
looked good. He looked
honestly,
good.
I think that is something that Gutekunst is really hoping for, is that if Gary steps up, then Preston Smith may become expendable, and that would save a lot of money.
I think Preston signed a 4-year deal, so we do still have him for another 2 years after
Well,
this.
yeah,
But
but I'm saying there may be an out where it's worth
eventually,
money
yeah.
now for the
I
depth.
highly doubt we re-sign. Okay. Nice. Who was that? Who was that? That
It
wasn't
was
Aaron
a
Jones.
it was a
That was
cartwheel
Dylan.
maneuver. Man.
That was Dylan.
Looked like Mortal Kombat out there.
Yeah.
You want those tree trunk legs
Hey.
coming at your face?
Oh, Dylan's a beast, man. Look at that.
Dude, I mean, hell, the balance he kept on that play. Like, he hasn't gotten many opportunities yet, but every time I've seen him touch the ball, I've been impressed.
He's gonna be a baller, man. He's gonna be a baller. He just has to he just has to improve on his pass blocking, man. He just needs to be a more complete back. He can pick up those like 2 or 3 yards when we need him to. I
Dude,
think he's an oak.
five wide. We're up 42. We're up
Staying
42
aggressive, man.
21.
Hey, man. We're staying aggressive. We're up by 3 touchdowns with like 4.5 minutes to go, and we're staying aggressive. I love it though, dude. I like it because like Aaron Rodgers is probably like more chance than not he's not throwing an interception. You got a better chance of your running back fumbling than you do Aaron Rodgers throwing an interception at this point in the game. So I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. Something short though. Something short. Give him even if it's like not past the first down line, give him something like a screen and like give your receiver a chance to like fight for the first down. Now's the time when I want to obviously you can go for like Lazard, keep refining his like third down prowess. But I also want to now's the time when I want to start developing another receiver for like clutch plays, like a Tanyan or a Sternberger.
Well, let's see who Rodgers
There
goes.
he got hit. Oh, he got hit. He got hit, but he went down. You could have thrown it. You could have like thrown it away. But all right, whatever.
You wanted to keep the clock running, I think.
Hmm. Yeah, smart
Aaron
play.
Rodgers in command, and he's smiling, man. He's having fun out there.
Hey, I read this. I read this article earlier. I mean, take it
Oh
with a
my
grain.
God! Did you see that?
I did.
He did pass it. It got batted at the line, and
Yeah,
he caught it. Brett
I
Favre.
think I think when he threw it that he had an open receiver too, and it would have worked out for him. Uh, with that being said, I did read this article earlier that um, I don't really believe it. I don't believe it for a second, really, but it's just worth mentioning that Green Bay's drafting of AJ Love wasn't really about drafting for the future at all. It was more about like lighting a fire under Rodgers for the next like 5 or 6 years to like make him go back to like MVP player caliber football and like play to like a level that like makes it impossible for them to ever start Love, and they just eventually either trade him or just let his contract expire and he goes elsewhere. Meanwhile, Rodgers is just like
Yeah,
putting
I
up
mean,
MVP numbers every year. I don't believe it because why would you burn a like
well, so
even if that works,
that's what I was about to say.
why would you do that?
I don't necessarily believe it, but even if it were true, if that first round pick led to 5 or 6 more years of elite Rodgers, that is 1,000% worth it. Like all day. I don't care. I don't care if Jordan Love
Would
never.
you let Love leave like and
Yeah,
sign with another team and then still like provide another team with like 15 years of really good quarterback play? Like
no. I mean, I definitely think the intention is for Jordan Love to be our long term future.
probably,
But I'm saying, like, if
but I
Rodgers,
think but probably longer rather than shorter, right? We're talking like maybe like 4 years down the line, like rather than like next year or the year after.
right. And I think that's the ideal scenario here. If you can get like 4 more elite years out of
Shit,
Rodgers, oh man.
shit.
Um,
Just get him down. Get him down. You know what? The clock's running down. We're almost at 2 minute warning.
if you can get like 4 more elite years out of Rodgers and then trade him for a like even if you know you're only going to get 2 more years out of him as the team trading,
Hmm.
I think he's still worth a first round pick. If you have a Super Bowl caliber roster and the only thing you're missing is the QB,
Shit, good play.
I think we could still get a first for
So,
Rodgers.
so if I'm the GM of the Green Bay Packers, this is my thinking, and people will comment below. Let me know your thoughts on it because my opinion is going to be way different than yours. And Cody might not even agree with me on this either. By the way, he could be like, "Fuck you, your idea is stupid as shit." So, but my idea is like start Rodgers as long as he's playing this good. Start him as long as possible. So you got Love for 5 years if you do the extension on him under his rookie year. You got 5 years on Love. Start Rodgers for like 4 years. He's going to be like 40 years old by the time that's up. Let Love play the final year of his rookie deal before the contract's up, his final year. So he's got 1 year under his belt and hope that by learning under Rodgers for 4 years, he plays really good. But with 1 year under his belt, even if he's got a really great year, he's got one fucking year, which means that you can probably re-sign him for a reasonable amount of money without breaking the fucking bank because he's only had one goddamn good year under his belt.
Stafford just got sandwiched by Gary and someone else, and Stafford is
So So why wouldn't you have 4 years of elite Rodgers, one year
let's take a look
good
at the
Love?
game right now. Let's take a look at the game.
Oh,
Stafford just
did
sandwiched.
Gary get another sack
Gary and I think
and
Preston
Preston?
I think they met up and Stafford looks hurt.
Uh, it was, yep, it was Gary and Preston.
Both of them
But don't,
collided at the same time.
yeah, but don't underestimate how much pressure Z got on that push either. He like completely took that guard out of the equation.
Gary is
He's playing well now.
a little bit. You know, maybe he just needs a
Mm-hmm.
bit of a confidence build.
He goes,
I just
oh, he's
saw
coming up. Oh, we're going deep. And this is that was Josh Jackson making a play.
That was a
First
nice
time we've
defense.
seen Josh Jackson all day.
Josh Jackson had sticky coverage, and then he made the play to swat the ball.
Hey,
It was a good
what do you
play.
think about that? What do you think about the idea I just proposed out there?
Oh no, I'm on board with that, man. I play Rodgers as long as I can if he's playing at an elite level.
Wouldn't that make sense
But
to let
you do want to
if
get
you
at
have
least 1 year of love on to see how he plays.
so if you have like say Love is like Pat Mahomes good, like Pat Mahomes like probably not, but if he's got 3 years of Pat Mahomes good because you cut Rodgers after 2 years, he's going to be the richest quarterback in the year. But if he only has one good Pat Mahomes year, just one, Green Bay can legitimately negotiate, be like, well, you only had one good year, so we're not going to pay you like top quarterback in the league money, but we'll give you good money. Wouldn't that make sense? Like sign him to a 4 year deal to make him like a top 10 quarterback in the league, but not number one, like
Yep.
number 7 or 8.
Tim
That makes
Boyle's officially taken over.
is Boyle in?
Yep, Boyle's in.
Fuck
AJ
yeah,
Dillon just had a run. Uh, you could see a little bit of the rookie of him on that run. He didn't have the
yeah.
patience to cut back.
hmm
He tried to press it outside, and the blocks just weren't there.
Um, Cody, you want to tell us about some scores around the league right now? What's going on? I haven't really taken note of what's going on around the league right now. So,
Take a look. Let's take a look. Okay, so Los Angeles Rams, they have pulled away from Philly,
oh,
37-19. Um, Kind of a surprise team. I
a
think a
little
lot of
bit.
sleeping on them this year, but you got to remember they do have a lot of elite pieces.
Yep.
They're just a couple years removed from the Super Bowl, and everyone was on the Sean McVay train before New England crushed them in the Super Bowl.
hmm
So they seem to be having a bit of a resurgence this year. Um, Man, Buffalo and Miami still
Ooh, what's going on with Buffalo and Miami?
it's still 17-13 Bills in the fourth quarter. Miami's got the ball. I think that game's a lot closer. Miami's actually in the red zone right now.
Hold on, let me check that. Holy shit, Miami is on the Buffalo 7 with third and goal. Actually, they just made a 5 yard play. It is third and goal on the Buffalo 2 yard line. Miami's got a legitimate shot at taking the lead on this.
Which I mean, that
Late
would
in the
that would be a
fourth.
big blow to the Bills.
Yeah, Buffalo's been the
Tony
overwhelming favorites to win that division, I think so.
exactly. Tom Brady leaves, and everyone's kind of handing it to the Bills at this point. You got to go out there and win your divisional games.
Yeah, especially seeing as Miami's just kind of like everyone assumes Miami's gonna be like a top 5 lottery pick for next year
Hey man,
because they got
I like Brian Flores as a coach. I think he gets his
oh
team
he's a
a
great
lot.
coach I think. Oh, looks like Miami just scored a touchdown. Jordan Howard, I just clicked on it. Jordan Howard, right tackle for 2 yards, scored a touchdown. Miami went up. Miami's going up 20 as long pending the extra point. Miami will be up 20-17 with about 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Pressure is on Buffalo.
Yeah. You got to wonder
Wow,
is this a
wow.
moment for Josh Allen to step up and
These are the moments. So, yeah, as you said, Josh Allen needs to step up. This is when you prove that you're a franchise quarterback. So.
so looking around a little bit more, Giants in Chicago. Chicago still up 17-13. There's 4 seconds left. Giants do have the ball, but barring a miracle, Chicago into 2-0 on the season. Atlanta up 39-30 on Dallas. About 5 minutes
Ooh,
left.
Dallas kind
It's
of
a
came back a little bit, man.
yeah, but it's a two-score game. Not a lot of time.
Yeah. How much
Kind of
time's
looking
left? How much time's left?
5 minutes.
Okay,
So
not. Yeah. Hey,
yeah, kind of looks like Dallas might be moving to 0-2.
a little bit. Yeah, yeah.
But surprisingly, Philadelphia is also going to be 0-2. Giants are going to be 0-2. Washington is leading that division.
Fuck yeah, the Washington football team. All right, we got AJ Dillon in the game.
AJ
AJ
Dillon,
Dillon with a first down with a 12
Ooh,
yard carry.
man, that kid is a train.
Oh wow, what a
Like he
boss!
he's got some quickness for a big
Hey,
fella.
hey. Oh, okay. We got a game break for Dallas, and we just saw break or Dalton Schultz. Okay, it's whatever. It's Dallas. We don't care. We're Packer fans here. So AJ Dillon. AJ Dillon has all the pedigree to be an every down back, and I think that he's going to have a chance to prove that going forward. Hopefully, I still want to re-sign Aaron Jones and have a thunder lightning bolt punch, but if AJ Dillon can figure out this pass blocking, which has kind of plagued him, sky's the limit for a running game, man. Like sky is the limit. I if that happens, we don't re-sign Jamal Williams, which sucks because Jamal Williams is already like a top 5 pass blocker in the NFL. He's amazing at pass blocking. I know he doesn't give you a ton in the running game, but he doesn't suck either. He's still like a top 25 running back. I feel like in the NFL. So but I know you can't pay everyone everything, so we likely would have to let him go.
But I mean,
Um,
looking the plays that we do see with Dylan, I think it's clear that even though the guy weighs almost 250
take
pounds,
it take it with a grain of salt. We've seen like 5 carries, by the way, but
yeah.
yes,
But
he's shown good.
I'm
He's
just saying,
shown power.
I see some speed. Like as big as
Yeah,
he is, he still seems to be faster than
yeah, yep.
me. And like we had a play earlier this game where Williams he could have broken off a potential touchdown run if he
Mhm,
just had a little bit more speed and he got caught from
mhm.
behind. But so that's the final, baby. 42-21,
Yeah.
2-0 in the division. Um, Offense looking real good on the season. Defense still leaving some stuff on the table, but
Mhm.
they haven't been terrible. Uh, I do want to take a quick look just because we were going over scores. Final for Indianapolis and Minnesota. Colts 28, Vikings 11.
Fuck yeah! Fuck
Yeah,
yeah!
that's
Fuck you, Minnesota.
that's always good to see the hated Vikings
How about
stumbling to an 0-2 start. Your
fuck
playoff teams
yeah?
are not very good at 0-2.
How about our biggest rival, the Bears? Fuck the Bears.
Chicago did hold on for the 17-13
Yeah.
victory, so
Fuck.
they're 2-0 right
Yep.
now, tied with us for the division lead.
Bears 2-0.
Yep. Let's
Damn
see
it.
here.
They are 2-0, aren't they?
San Francisco pulled out the 31-13 against the Jets.
Wow, that's you know what? That's a testament to how well they are. Well, I know to play the Jets, but damn, they are ravaged by injuries, and to have that type of a win is big for them. So, what
Yeah.
else we got going?
Minshew Mania didn't quite come through.
That sucks.
Final score: Tennessee 33, Jacksonville 30. But man, yeah, definitely some fight
All
in
right,
there.
we have a final in Green Bay. It's 42-21. We have officially won by double. Aaron Rodgers, 18 for 30, 204 yards and 2 touchdowns. Aaron Jones is the clear MVP in this game with over 200 all-purpose yards with 3 touchdowns. And Devontae Adams is the X factor with only 3 catches and 36 yards. And he appears to have a groin injury in this game, or no, hamstring. He has a hamstring injury in this game. We will see how long that lingers going forward. So,
Yeah, I
um,
mean, you gotta hope it's not serious because we got some big games coming up. We got
yeah,
the
you
Saints,
ain't kidding. I think the
we got
next
the
two, man.
Falcons after that, and
Yeah,
then
we got Saints and the Falcons. Those are 2 games that are likely going to be shootout games. We are gonna be relying on Rodgers to put up probably over 300 yards passing in both of those games. I think game plan wise, you want to slow the game down against those teams and go more of a run heavy approach with Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams, but it can very easily get away from you, and you got to go with a run heavy or a pass heavy approach. And uh, frankly, I think we're fucked if we don't got Devontae Adams out there. But
well, I mean,
we
if
shall
the
see.
Saints are without Michael Thomas,
Hmm.
then that kind of evens the playing field a little bit.
He does have a high ankle sprain, so.
It'll kind of be the
Mhm.
Alvin Kamara versus Aaron Jones show. Interesting that I think Kamara just got a contract extension like
He did.
last week.
He did. So did
Um,
Tariq Cohen. Tariq Cohen got a contract extension
yeah,
too.
so it'll be interesting to see. Jones. He'll probably have a little extra motivation next week, saying like,
Hmm.
"Hey, I see the money Kamara just got. I want to go out and prove I'm the better player.
Mhm.
Which they're both still early in their careers. Aaron Jones could turn out to be the better player long term. Remains to be seen.
I think he will be, like, based on early
I think he's got a
feedback.
really strong work ethic, and everyone who
Hmm.
plays with him, they all speak to his respect, his humbleness. These are all things you want out of a cornerstone in the
Hmm.
franchise. Um, but should we go over the stats for the game real quick, and
Yeah,
then
we can
just
go over the stats, and
quick recap?
I think I want to do something a little bit slightly new. We will refine it in the weeks to come, since it's a little impromptu right now. But I would like to go over some quick thoughts about the game, like just like maybe like two or three like initial thoughts and takeaways from the game, as well as the stats uh, going forward. So while Cody, you look up the stats right now, and I will start developing a little bit of my own personal, like two or three takeaways from the game, and we'll probably incorporate that into the podcast going forward, where we
Yeah,
emphasize that a little bit more.
yeah, for sure, for sure. So while you work on that, I'll start out with our stat breakdown. So we'll start with the Lions. Stafford, 20 of 33 for 244 yards, couple touchdowns, and one interception. That interception really proved to be a backbreaker. Detroit, they had a chance. They weren't too deep in the hole. And then Chad and Sullivan, young man stepped up, jumped her out, and got us our first defensive touchdown of the year. Really big play that shows you why the organization was comfortable moving on from Tremont Williams. I think we're going to continue to see Sullivan grow and take on a bigger role. Um, Lions rushing attack, I had made a bold prediction that they would combine for at least 150 yards. I am glad to have been proved wrong. Um, they had pretty good averages. Adrian Peterson, he was averaging 5.9 yards per carry. Kerryon Johnson, 4 yards per carry. Um, but the flow of the game just prevented them from running. They had a total of 20 rushing attempts. Looks like they just barely crossed 100 yards. Their leading receiver, TJ Hawkinson, guy made some big plays, tough catches, made some people miss. He had 62 yards on 4 targets. DeAndre Swift was their next leading receiver. He picked up a lot of garbage time yards. He had 5 catches, 60 yards.
Five
And
for
then,
60. That's not too bad out of the
yeah,
backfield for him. So,
yeah. After that, you're really getting to like clearly our top coverage responsibilities worked. Marvin Hall, their best receiver who was active for the game, he had one catch for 24 yards. Granted, it was a touchdown, but I would say we did a pretty good job of shutting him down.
hmm.
Uh, because other than that, you're looking at role players like their rookie Quintez Cephas. He had 3 catches, 54 yards. Um,
Who got the touchdown for them?
uh, well, it was 2 touchdowns. Oh, and actually, sorry, my mistake. I was saying we'd shut Marvin Jones down earlier. Uh, that was actually Marvin Hall who had the one catch.
Okay, it was Hall. That's what I thought it was, Hall. Yeah.
Marvin Jones, I would actually say we did an even better job on because Marvin Hall.
Yeah, he didn't really seem to stand out.
Yeah. So Marvin Hall, he had a single catch for 24 yards and a touchdown. Marvin Jones, their top dog, he had 4 catches for 23 yards and a
Yeah, not bad.
touchdown.
Yeah, not
So
bad, man.
we really contained him pretty well.
Hmm.
Danny Amendola, 7 targets. He only pulled in 2 catches for 21 yards. We
Dang.
we really clamped down on the passing game pretty well, with the exception of Swift picking up garbage time yards and Hawkinson having a couple big plays.
Yeah.
But
Hawkinson balled out early, but we kind of like adjusted for him in the second half. So,
yeah. Their
yeah.
defense, I had predicted Rodgers wouldn't get sacked. Unfortunately, Jamie
One.
Collins,
I
he
think
did.
one, right?
Yep, got 1 sack. Collins looks like he had a pretty good game. He had 2 tackles for
Yeah.
a loss, a sack, 4 tackles, and an
Hmm.
assist. Jeff Okuda, he was their leading tackler with 7,
Oh, hey,
because he was getting his
that's
ass beat so much.
that's not something that you should hang your hat on. When your cornerback is your leading tackler, that means that something's probably not right.
All right,
So
now let's look at the homeboys and see what our guys
sure,
have put up.
for sure.
Raj,
I'm really interested in Kirksey. I want to see what Kirksey did today.
yeah, we'll get to Kirksey. We'll save it for the main event.
Oh, main event.
We'll start
Stop
we'll start
teasing me,
with
bro. Stop teasing
Mr.
me.
Mr. Aaron Rodgers. Pretty efficient game.
Oh,
Nothing
yeah?
nothing like last week. But he had
No.
18 of 30,
What, one
220
one
yards,
touchdown?
2 touchdowns. Two.
Two, all right.
Then Aaron Jones, like he said, clear MVP.
Oh, yeah,
He had
easily.
18 carries for 168 yards,
Fucking hey, my
two
man.
touchdowns, 9.3 average. I wish I could see what the long run was. I think it was 80 yards, but I
It could have been. It was a lot,
um
man. It was a lot. Which,
what
if it was 80, that actually like
75,
really like
75.
deteriorates his like yards per carry. To be honest with you.
Well, yeah, it's a 75-yard run. But even so, if you cut that out, that would still mean he had 17 carries for just under 100 yards. That's still a
Okay,
pretty
so
good
that's not
average.
bad then. That's not bad
But
then.
Aaron Jones, he gets all the attention. Jamal Williams, he had 8 carries for 63 yards,
Yeah, he's efficient,
7.9
man. I told you, man. Like Jamal Williams is like, man, he's gonna be a RB1 on some team next year if we don't resign him, which I don't think we do, but
Yeah, I mean, dude,
he is. He's a good
I
running
hope
back, man.
I hope
He
the guy gets paid. He's
Yeah,
a
he's
great
amazing.
great
He's
player,
amazing.
team guy, love him.
Hey, man,
Um,
I just hope he doesn't go like the fucking Bears or something, man, 'cause that would
uh,
piss me off no end. But hey,
it's
go
honestly
go to
picking.
like the
They
go to like Miami or like go to like
go to Buffalo.
Buffalo did just draft Zach Moss, but hey,
Yeah,
hey, Jamal Williams would clearly be the best running back in fucking Buffalo if they had him
yeah.
easily.
All right, so
All right, what
continuing
else?
on.
What else you got?
So not only was Aaron Jones our leading rusher, he was our leading receiver. Four
Oh,
catches,
no shit. How many?
yep,
How many
four
catches?
catches, 4 catches on 8 targets. So, but if I recall,
Yeah.
a lot of those were bad throws from Rodgers on the
Mm-hmm.
missed target. But he had 68 yards and a touchdown. Uh, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, second leading receiver, 3 catches, 64 yards, 7 targets.
Not
So
bad. Not
there.
bad.
Lazard,
All right.
steady
Number
as
three.
usual, 3 catches, 45 yards.
Shit.
Uh,
That means Devontae was probably four.
yeah, Devontae only
Well,
had,
he only played one half of football though, so
but even so, he only had 3 catches, 36 yards. Detroit did a pretty good job of
are you
limiting
serious?
his impact. But it did open things up for other people.
Mm-hmm.
Tanyan, 2 catches for 25 yards on 3 targets.
Mm-hmm.
He did have the drop on the one big play, but it was a bit of a difficult catch, and he did have a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Sternberger, these stats are incorrect. They say he only dropped one ball. I know for a fact he dropped at least two. Aaron Rod-
Sternberger had a tough game, man.
our boy Aaron
Sternberger.
Rodgers caught one ball, a deflected pass for negative
did
six
that
yards.
did that actually count for a catch?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
credited
All right.
it as
Hey,
a catch
hey,
for negative
fucking
6 yards.
good for him. Hey, he challenged Aaron Brett Favre today, so
Yeah. Chad Sullivan, man. Uh, it didn't pop out to me. Obviously, we all saw the interception for the touchdown.
mm.
He also had 2 passes defensed. I didn't notice that while we were playing, but he had a
so
really good game.
so if you listen to the Packers secondary coach and you also listen to Patton, which I do because I'm a goddamn nerd and I listen to him on my commute to work every week. Um, I listen to like what they say about their players, and they've been like really high on Chandon Sullivan, like more like they praise him more than other players, like, even more than like Josh Jackson. They love the fucking guy, man. They love Chandon Sullivan. And even listen to like Cheesehead TV. Shout out Cheesehead TV. Love you guys. You should probably give some fucking love back to me though. If not, fuck you guys. So, especially you, Aaron Nagler, you better fucking shout me out. Otherwise, fuck you. Um, they love Shannon Sullivan, man. Like they really hype him up, and they think, like, arguably, they think that he's a better corner than Josh Jackson, who they've also really fucking praised and said that he's like balled out since he's been only outside corner. Like they don't put him in the slot and they don't put him at safety anymore. He's only outside corner, and he's balled out since he's done that. Our secondary is in really good shape, especially if Shannon Sullivan is like the X factor that like takes that step and becomes like the next Jamal Williams type player.
Yeah,
So
I
you
mean,
saw it today. You saw it today. Like they put him out there and he made that play and he got the touchdown. Like normally I was like at first I was like, holy shit, that should have been like Josh Jackson out there making that play, but that's why they like Shannon Sullivan, because he's that fucking play. He could be our next Sam Shields.
well,
Could
dude,
be. He
and to
doesn't got
think,
the speed of Sam Shields, but he could be the next Sam Shields.
we poached him off of Philadelphia's
Yeah.
practice squad
hmm
at a time when their secondary was garbage. I don't know
hmm
how they didn't see the talent in the kid, but I'm glad we got him because he's
Well,
proven
same with Alan Lazard. We poached him off. I think it was
Jacksonville.
also fucking Jacksonville's practice squad. So
No, Sullivan was from Philadelphia.
okay,
Uh,
yeah.
Jacksonville.
I think
Um,
yeah, it was Lazard who was from Jacksonville.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, our corners so far are looking like the strength of the team. I would like to see our safeties start making a little bit more of an impact. I've been looking
Apart from
to take that next leap. Amos had a bad, gave up a touchdown in this game.
apart
Um,
from our quarterback, what's our second best positional like second best positional position?
well,
Is it cornerback?
I would say before we get to that, because that sounds like a good transition to our thoughts on the game. I do want to close out real quick with the defensive stats.
Yeah,
You were
actually,
asking
I
about
am
Christian Kirksey. He was our leading tackler, 10 tackles, 2 assists. He was by far the leading tackler.
combined with solo.
It doesn't say, it just says 10 tackles and then two
Probably
assists.
combined then. Okay, but it's fine then. That sounds about right.
Um, Zadarius, he had a sack and a tackle for a loss.
Mm-hmm.
Preston
What
Smith, he had half a sack.
what
And
Gary do?
Rashawn Gary,
One and
two
a half sacks,
tackles,
I think, right?
2 tackles, 2 assists, 1.5 sacks,
Yep.
and a tackle for a loss.
He played all right. He played all right.
Yeah, it was a good outing from him.
Mm-hmm. Does it?
I
You
think we're
probably
gonna see
don't
him
got
cycle through.
the you probably don't got stats for how many snaps he played though, do you?
I don't know.
All right, that
Um,
that's what I would really want to be honest. Like, what's the did he play more than 50% of the plays? Because if you remember the NFC Championship game, he played like 3 snaps,
12,
man.
12 snaps, I
He
think.
played 12 snaps out of like 70.
Well,
Like,
that's the thing. I think if Gary, his first 2 games this year, they've been pretty good. They
hmm
haven't blown me away, but they've been pretty good.
hmm
I think if he continues this trajectory, I think we're gonna start seeing him taking almost. We're gonna cut back like the Smith Bros by 25%
hmm
and increase Gary by 50%.
hmm
Um, but going through Vernon Scott, our what was he, our 7th round safety that we picked
He
this
was
year?
a seventh round safety, but
He
we liked him because there was I don't know if you ever looked his stuff up. There was no YouTube videos about him. There was no like even ESPN video about him. There was nothing about him. Like Green Bay just like targeted him as like their guy, as like their like sleeper pick. But there was no tape on him. There was no nothing. Some scout must have done so much research on this guy and talked Gutekunst into taking him to the point where like he was like, "All right, you got me convinced. There's no fucking tape on him. There's no fucking this or that on him. ESPN will never say jack shit about him, but I fucking trust your opinion. He's
well,
my
hey,
guy,
I
and
I
that's who he is. So
whoever scouted him, kudos. He came out in
yeah,
game 2 and he got a sack and a tackle for a loss.
yeah, that's
Pretty
the
good
shit
for a
that
7th round.
That's the shit that gets you promoted. If you can fucking find guys like that when there's no tape on them. One of our Packer scouts must have legitimately went to like a ton of TCU games and watched him play. He wasn't even the best safety on the team, from what I read back in the day on the draft profile. He was like the second best like secondary player on the team. There was nothing on him. He was looking at like CFL type playing time, and the Packers took him in the seventh round. I'm watching this Dallas and Atlanta game at the moment right now, but
There's not enough time, man. Dallas ain't coming back.
Dallas. Hey, don't say that because fucking Seattle came back
Yeah,
on us.
all right. Yeah, it's like
Um,
once in a century
hey
game, man.
man,
Well,
however,
hey, I
man,
do
we're
want
2-0. Smile.
I,
Get a big old fucking shitting grin and smile on your face. We're 2-0, baby.
I do want to go over real quick. Defensive line, because Kenny Clark was out in this game. I'm interested to see how they performed. And looking at their stats,
Mm-hmm.
let's see here. The leading tackler was Kingsley Kiki. He had 2 tackles.
You had two? For
Yep,
how many
yep.
for loss? Do you have anyone for loss?
None for a loss. None for a loss. Dean Lowry, he had 1 tackle, 1 assist.
Okay.
None for a loss. Montrevious Adams had 1 assist, none for a loss. So defensive line did not do great in the absence of Clark.
You
Um,
got? Do you have snap counts or no?
I don't. I don't.
Okay, that's fine. I will look that up later. I would be interested to know what our snap counts were for the defensive line in terms of how many snaps. Like not just our linemen, but I would have to assume that like Zadarius and even Preston and probably Rashawn probably played more snaps on the line than what they normally would if Kenny Clark was out there. Like especially LaShawn Gary because he played defensive line in college, and so did Darius. Darius played defensive line at Baltimore. He was like an outside defensive tackle. So I would assume that they probably played more snaps with their hands in the dirt than what they're normally used to since they've come to Green Bay. But I would have to look into that and probably get back to you guys on that.
Well, why don't we go over some thoughts for the game? I mean, it feels good. 2-0 in the division.
A
Put up
good win
over
too,
40
man. A good
points
win.
2 weeks in a row. What are you thinking? How are you feeling right now, Drew?
I'm feeling really good about our team. We put up back-to-back 40-plus point games. The offense seems to be clicking, and even today, without Devontae Adams, like the entire second half, I don't know what the snap count was from the second half, but it could be possible that he only played like 1 or 2 snaps in the second half. Um, Going back to last year, we we were undefeated without Devontae. So it goes without saying that LaFleur knows how to adjust without Devontae. It's obviously a big blow because you never want to lose an impact player like that. But I think it really goes to show the pedigree of Jamal Williams, or not Jamal Williams, Aaron Jones, as well as our run running back core, as well as our offensive line. I think more than anything, our offensive line deserves like a game ball for this. Like Rodgers got sacked once. He's only been sacked once on the year, which is a testament. Aaron Jones balled out. He had lanes to run. Jamal Williams had lanes to run, and even the few carries that AJ Dillon got, he got lanes to run. I think the offensive line is a strength this year. It's something that we should focus on. Hopefully, we continue to get healthier on that sense, and it gets even better.
Well,
Uh,
looking at the schedule here, I mean, the Vikings, I
I
they
know the Vikings had that defensive tackle or Michael Pierce that opted out, which was a big blow to them.
oh wow, Cowboys. I think
Did
the
they get the
Cowboys
onside kick?
kick.
Did they get the onside?
I think they did.
Hey man, fucking told you, dude. Did I not tell
Holy
you?
cow!
You should never count any of that shit out ever, man. Because if you ever watch, any Packer fan knows that if you watch the NFC Championship game against the fucking Seattle Seahawks, that you just know, man.
Dude, that was actually a really interesting kick technique as well. He did a slow
Mm-hmm.
spin so that no one wanted to touch it before 10 yards, and that gave his team the time to get up there. I've never seen anyone take that approach, but with the new rules,
Yeah, they
that's a
got
pretty
that, man. However, that ball did not go 10 yards, though, unless the Falcons player touched it. Did he touch it?
well, doesn't matter
That's
now.
the, that's the
Cowboys are
only
gonna
way
get
that Dallas could. That's the only way that Dallas could get that ball is if Atlanta touched it.
there's a game right here. Um, but anyway, yeah. So looking at the schedule, I mean, usually traditionally the Vikings have a very good defense. I think in week one, without Daniel Hunter and with their new defensive end, Yannick or whatever, being so fresh to the franchise, I didn't think we get a real representation of them. And then Detroit,
Mm-hmm.
their defense, they're not known for an excellent defense. I think we're
Mm-hmm.
going to get more of a test next week against the Saints. Cam Jordan, one of the best defensive linemen in the league. So I think that's going to be. I think our offensive lines look like our strength so far this season. It's going to be a real good test next week.
So looking forward, we got the Saints next week on Sunday Night Football, which is going to be, as you said, a really good test, especially if Michael Thomas is back next week. Jair will certainly have his handful. Who do you think, actually, who do you think covers Michael Thomas next week? Is it Jair, who's the more talented but shorter corner, or is it Kevin King, who's been playing really solid? And I know he's been playing solid because we haven't heard his name fucking said once in the last 2 weeks. So he's been shutting down his receivers, who's taller and more designed to cover a guy like Michael Thomas? Is it Alexander or King that covers him next week?
I think with Thomas being a little bit gimpy,
Mm-hmm.
I think we trust Alexander one on one and then
Okay.
roll our coverages to other players accordingly.
All right. I could buy that. I can certainly buy that, man. I don't know if what you're watching right now. I'm watching this Dallas and Atlanta game. They are within the 30, and they are in field goal range of kicking a game-winning field goal, by the way. This will be huge, and this will be also the first W of Mike McCarthy's resume, and it's looking likely as long as um, they don't do a turnover here. So
Yeah, honestly, I would rather have the Falcons win.
same,
Um,
obviously same.
I think Dallas is an extremely talented team.
They're so
I
talented. Their
I
defense,
predicted that.
their defense, I think, is almost better than their offense.
Well, yeah, I predicted before the season started that they would be the number one seed in the
Yeah,
NFC.
it's really ridiculous how talented they are. Like from a talent
Although
standpoint, they're insane.
they are dealing with some injuries right now. This
I know they
game,
are, but still, they
Thomas
got
is
they got a
out.
top five offensive line. They have a top five running back. They have a top 10 quarterback. They have a probably top five receiving core. So their offense is top five. And their defense is stacked too. They have a really good defensive line. They just signed Everson Griffin, who's a backup on their defensive line. It's insane. I know their linebacking core is hurt with Van Der Esch hurt, but they're still good. They have a top five linebacking core when they're all healthy. Their secondary is
I
their
mean,
Achilles heel, but
yeah, I was gonna
goddamn,
say
man.
they have one real weakness. It's the secondary.
Yeah, but goddamn, when you
So
got top five everywhere else, dude, holy
yeah.
shit.
So I mean that's why I'm hoping. I I would like to see them.
I wouldn't want to play
I
them in playoffs.
wouldn't want to see them in Dallas in the
No,
playoffs.
fuck no, man. I wouldn't want to play them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Especially with fucking Zeke Elliott and the offensive line against our shitty ass defensive line. They kill us. And then as soon as we commit to the run, they start doing play action. They kill us with their receivers.
Yep,
McCarthy would
they did. They
McCarthy
just
would
held
have
the
our
game up.
goddamn lunch. McCarthy would have our lunch and have a laugh
Dallas comes
afterwards.
back 40-39. That's a hell of a game.
Oh, did you just finish the game? Damn it, I'm a little bit behind.
Yep, they made the field goal.
All right, they did. All right, I'm a little bit behind, but all right, Dallas gets the dub. All right, McCarthy gets his first win as a Cowboys head coach. Good for him.
Hey,
Good for
my
him.
my my first thought on seeing this, I'm really glad we don't see the Falcons next week
2 weeks from
because
now, right? Yeah.
yeah, we see them 2 weeks from now because
Is it a Monday night game?
if we saw them next week, they would be desperate.
Well, we saw the Lions this week with a desperate W after blowing that like 3-touchdown lead.
Yeah, but I mean,
So
0-1 is different than 0-2.
yeah, I'll
Actually, I'm
give you
curious.
that.
I'm gonna look up right now. I want to see who the Falcons play next week. So while I'm looking that up, why don't you talk about some of your thoughts on the game? We were gonna go over a few general
For
thoughts.
sure.
Ooh, actually, Falcons play the Bears next week.
The Falcons play the Bears next. That's actually gonna be a really good game. What time? Do you know what time they play off the top of your head?
It's a 1 p.m. game.
That is probably going to be the game that I focus on next week and watch more than the other games because I think it's going to be a good game. So we play Sunday night. Man, I think that we're in a pretty good spot to probably put up another 40 plus next week. I think 40 plus is unsustainable, and
40.
even
You think we put up 40 plus in New Orleans?
I think we're capable of that, man. I think we're capable of that.
I mean, dude, if we do that, if we go on Sunday Night Football against the New Orleans Saints and put up 40 plus for the third week in a row,
Yeah, we got a good offense.
I think that puts the entire league on notice.
Yeah, but well, I think we already put the entire league on notice that we went 2-0 in the division. Anyway, with that being said, I think 30 plus is extremely reasonable. 40 plus could be expected. I would not be surprised. I would be the first one to say I would not be surprised if we put up 40 plus against the Saints. I think it will be a tall drink of water, but we could do it. They will obviously be our toughest challenge yet. I think that we win this game, though. I think that we win against the Saints for two main reasons. I think that Michael Thomas will be hobbled a little bit. I think that having Kirksey might finally pay off, and he's a faster Blake Martinez, so he could probably cover Alvin Kamara a little more. Alvin Kamara will still get his. He will still put up numbers, but he will probably not break as many big runs or big catches as he would have if Martinez was on him. That's a big help. Uh, and then another X factor is Drew Brees. He's just looking. He's another year older. His passes are looking a little bit less with a little bit less zip. Uh, I think all those will play into a Packer win. Regardless, I don't think that we win fucking 42-21 next week. I think it'll be more like a 7-point win. We win by a touchdown, but I do think that we win, man. I think that we win. We're gonna go
See,
3-0.
so when we first did our season breakdown,
Mm-hmm.
I think
I think I had.
I
I had
know
losing this matchup.
yeah, I know I had him losing at least. I couldn't recall if it was both of us, but I know I chalked this up as a close loss with
It's
Alvin Kamara being the difference.
it's a reasonable thing to put up too, especially with the way Breeze has been playing the last few years. So, but he's looked different though the last
Well,
couple of
so
games.
that's
So
the thing. Now that we're into the season and seeing how the teams are performing, I definitely feel like this game is winnable. To me, the key factor is Kenny Clark. Is he
for
going out
sure.
there or not? Because if he doesn't go out there, New Orleans, they can beat you in many ways. We haven't seen them very much this season so far, but you got to remember they got what's his name, Latavius Murray, as their
Yep.
backup running back.
Mm-hmm.
He's a hard runner. He's a hard runner. They don't have to beat you with Kamara. They can take you right up the middle and punch you in the gut. Um, and then if they're doing that, they've got so many other weapons that Breeze can hit on short throws that if we don't have Kenny Clark, it's going to be an extremely difficult task beating New Orleans on the road.
Mm-hmm.
If we do have Kenny Clark,
Mm-hmm.
I think we pull it out.
We
I
could.
think
I think. Hey man,
and
it
our
certainly
offense
gives us
yeah.
a legit shot, man. Um. Damn. I don't know if you guys are paying attention at home. I'm gonna take a quick break since we're still in the middle of football. Buffalo was up 31-21, up by 10. Miami just scored a touchdown with a minute to go, basically. So now it's 31-28. Miami is still in it, but they have to get an onside kick to recover this. I completely lost track of the Bills game, so they must have like really fucking balled out in the last like 15 minutes since I paid
Yeah,
attention.
yeah.
But
That last few minutes of those
yeah,
first
because
two months.
last time I knew that Miami was like up by like 20, what was it, like 21 to like 18 or something like that. So Buffalo must have fucking balled out in the last like 10 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Josh
Um,
Allen doing Josh Allen things.
yeah, I haven't
Hey,
paid attention, but they must have done
I
good.
want to say
So
real quick. So I just went to NFL.com to check that Bills
yeah,
game.
tell me what's going on with
First,
that.
well, the first headline that popped up for me is that Nick Bosa likely tore his ACL, and Jimmy G has
Yeah,
a
Nick
high.
Bosa tore an ACL.
Yep. So Niners really getting hit hard with injuries this year. Um, just really hard. Uh, so hopefully by the time we play them, they're still in rough shape. Uh, let's see what else. Christian McCaffrey suffered an ankle injury against the Bucks. Uh, like I said earlier, Saquon Barkley was carted off the field with a knee injury.
Did you hear anything else about that?
About Barkley?
Yeah,
Let me take a quick look at the article. Writhing in pain, ripped off his helmet. Um, Teammates had to help him across the field. Couldn't put any pressure on his right leg. Further testing
that's
and
not good. That sounds pretty nasty.
sounds like Barkley's done for the year.
Yeah,
Um,
that'd be a big ass loss for them if they were. So
yeah. Drew Lock, he injured his shoulder, and Jeff Driscoll took over for the Broncos. They lost to the Steelers. Um, yeah, man, if Nick Bosa tore his ACL, that is a massive blow to the 49ers.
for
Um,
sure, dude, he's an X factor for sure, man. Plus, they traded like their second best defensive lineman last year. They traded him for Buckner. They fucking traded Buckner to the Colts, man.
yep. I mean,
So
granted, I think that was a good trade for them because they weren't going to be able to afford
yeah,
him.
well
They
they
got a
did.
first round pick,
I think they
and
got a first round pick for him, right?
yeah, first round.
Yeah,
I think
yeah, man. I mean,
third.
not bad, dude. You get a first round pick for something like that. Yeah, it's not bad. So
But still, it looks like it kind of looks like San Francisco's snake bitten this year, which I'm curious if they are really up against the wall with injuries, that division could go in so many directions. You got the Seahawks and Russell Wilson, who's arguably the most clutch player in the league. You've got the all of a sudden resurgent Los Angeles Rams blowing out, playoff teams. And then you've got the up and coming Arizona Cardinals, um, who right now it looks like they've just gone up 14-0 on Washington. Um, that division, that's going to be an entertaining football division. Other interesting scores.
yeah,
Think
what else is out there right now?
so. I think we went over most everything. Dallas had to come back against Atlanta, last second field goal to win 40-39. That was
Okay,
a deal. Chicago, they held out 17-13 against the Giants. Minnesota, they lost 28-11 against Indianapolis. You got to wonder if Minnesota is starting to go into panic mode here. Um,
maybe. Yeah,
they,
I would.
they
I
have
would.
not looked good at all in their first two games. Um, Los Angeles, they blew out Philly 37-19. Philly hasn't looked very good either. Um, Bills looks like they just sealed the victory against Miami 31-28. A lot closer than I would have expected.
Right.
Pittsburgh 26-21 against Denver. I would have assumed a bigger margin of victory considering Drew Lock left with injury. Uh, Tom Brady's Buccaneers, they win 31-17 against Carolina. Um, we'll be facing them in about a month. But yeah, man, it's right now. I honestly think we're one of the best looking teams in the NFC, if not the best. Next week is gonna be a major
Mhm.
opportunity for us,
Mhm.
and I think
Absolutely, dude.
LaFleur, I think LaFleur is exactly the sort of coach to step up and make sure his team recognizes, hey, this is not a challenge. This is an opportunity.
It is an opportunity. These are the type of teams that you're gonna be playing in the playoffs. You gotta show them what's up early in season. Let them know you're not fucking around. Because these are teams you will be playing in like the divisional round or the championship round or even the wild card. Like the
And
Saints are
hey,
a
man,
playoff team. So
looking at how things are going so far, uh, this could be a potential difference maker in like number one seed in the playoffs. I don't want to get that far ahead, but if we look at last year's sample plus the first 2 weeks of this year, Green Bay, New Orleans, we could be looking at the deal breaker for number one seed right now. Next week is going to be huge, and it's going to be on Sunday Night Football. I hope Kenny Clark is back. I hope Devontae Adams is healthy. Even if those things don't happen, Aaron Rodgers is balling out. Aaron Jones is balling out. Jair Alexander's balling out. It's going to be a game of playmakers, like who's going to have more playmakers, because
mhm.
both rosters are solid top to bottom for the most part. It's going to be about plays. Who's going to step up in the moment on prime time and make plays. Uh, I if Kenny Clark doesn't play, I'm calling it a loss, a tight
You really
loss.
think you're gonna call it a loss?
If Kenny Clark's not out there, but if he's on the field, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a victory.
Wow. I'm not gonna call it a victory right off the bat. That I think it's still gonna be a good game regardless. I think it's gonna be close no matter what. I still think Green Bay's gonna score over 40, as I said. Um, but that's not to say that the Saints are gonna also put up over 40 on top of that. I think it's gonna be a really good ass fucking game, man. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'm not super confident in picking the Packers or the Saints over one another. I just think it's gonna be close either way. Um, Probably what I'm most excited about is the fact that we probably can both watch it off our TVs next week and not feel like cell phones and stuff, and
Yeah. And
we can
actually,
probably give a better commentary over it.
one more factor to consider that I'm looking at now is New Orleans. They play on Monday night this week, traveling to Las Vegas. So they'll be playing on a little bit of a short week. Nothing crazy, but a little bit of a short week. So maybe that plays into our hands a little bit. But I mean, regardless, I think it's going to be a good matchup. I mean, I don't think we're going to be looking at like last season when the Niners blew us out both times we faced them. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I think this New Orleans matchup is going to be a tight playoff
Mm-hmm.
atmosphere kind of game.
I would agree with that, man. I
Any
would agree
closing
with that.
thoughts?
Say it again. Say it again,
Any,
Cody.
any closing thoughts, my friend?
Um, yeah, we should probably start incorporating more closing thoughts and like make it a point so I can start thinking about it more throughout the game. Closing thoughts. Aaron Jones is for real. He deserves a contract extension. As long as it's not over 15 million a year, I think we should definitely pull the trigger. Uh, Need to go back and look at the tape, but Kevin King seems to be a legitimate shutdown corner, given the fact that I really didn't hear his fucking name said once today, and that's the clear sign of a shutdown corner is that you don't even hear their name. Christian Kirksey leaves a little bit to be desired. I am wondering if he was really much of an upgrade over um, Brady Martinez or Blake Martinez. I will have to go back and look at the tape for that. Rashawn Gary showed flashes today. Hopefully, he keeps building upon that and makes some plays. He had 1.5 sacks today. If he finishes between 8 and 10 sacks this year, I would consider that a uh, step in the right direction. Anything more than that would be a benefit. Would be a boom. Anything less than that would be a um, disappointment.
Hey, 2 weeks in, he's got 1.5, so
Yep,
we're on a good
yep.
pace.
We're on a good track. Devontae Adams continues to prove that even when he's hurt, that it doesn't really uh, affect the offense as much as people probably think it is. Now, don't underestimate that and think that this offense is not better with Devontae Adams or we're just as good without Devontae Adams. That's the furthest thing from the truth, is what I'm saying. Uh, I'm just saying that we have the offensive scheme and the personnel and the coaches to make our offense still just as efficient with or without Devontae Adams in there. But Devontae Adams is a baller. He is probably the best receiver we've had since Sterling Sharp. Uh,
I still
maybe Jordy Nelson could
I
be
I think
considered in
that
that,
should be
but
our first off-season episode is comparing tape, because I'd be
you
really
got it.
interested to
Yeah,
see.
like if you want to do this right, man. If you want to do this right, like accurately, we need to like go back and actually like review tape. We gotta look at separation. We gotta look at like what corners were covering the receivers on which game and like what point in their careers were they covering them. What type of throws Rogers were throwing to them. What accuracy Rogers, like.
And
There's a lot of variables go into that,
you gotta keep in mind,
but
like, Adams, like, over like the last 4 years or something, like, he leads the league in touchdowns. But
can
Jordy
we
Nelson, he had seasons of over 1,500 yards. I mean, I
they're
think
they're
I think
different receivers though. Like they are different receivers based on what they do. So
yeah, I think this will be a really great episode, and I'm looking forward to it because
we
I
should
definitely.
probably dedicate over an hour to this, by the
Oh
way.
yeah, yeah.
Like probably like a good 2 hours. No more than two, like an hour and a half to two. But yeah, we should legitimately like study game film from both and come up with like pros and cons. I think it's a great argument. I think that besides Sterling Sharp, which is probably a whole nother episode, but besides Adams, Jordan Nelson is probably the only other receiver that comes close to being as good as Sharp besides Adams. So you think of the other receivers, you think of Jennings. Jennings was really great. He did a lot of good things. Antonio Freeman was good. Uh, Rison was good for the 1 year he played, but we can't really seriously consider him. Uh, yeah,
Like guys like
it's
Javon Walker had a couple
fuck
really
Javon
good
Walker,
games.
and even even that guy we got from the Patriots there. You know what? It's not even funny because can't even fucking remember his name. It wasn't Galloway. Maybe it was Galloway. Whatever. Um, it was during the fire. Yeah, we should legitimately spend the whole episode like breaking down game tape between the two of them,
Yeah,
seeing which of them. But there's a lot of variables like what cornerbacks are on them, their breaks, the routes they ran, uh, the offensive system that they were in. But Devontae Adams and Jordy Nelson are probably the two best receivers we've had in the last 20 years, I would say. So
it's fun. It's fun to watch them work. I mean,
I
I'll give
think,
you a couple quick thoughts of
yeah,
mine
yeah.
on.
I want to know what you think, man.
So once again, after 2 games coming away, really impressed with the offensive line. Um, I'm gonna be excited to see the test against Cam Jordan and New Orleans next week, because so far the offensive line has completely exceeded my expectations.
I
Um,
would agree with that.
offense, can Aaron Jones continue to dominate? I mean, week one, like he didn't have like a dominant performance, but anytime we looked toward him, he was balling. It's just that we were going toward Devontae more. Week two, it was nothing short of dominant. So is Aaron Jones going to continue that? I think he's going to have a little extra motivation going up against Alvin Kamara.
Do you think?
Um,
Do you think he continues it? Does Cody
yeah,
Cottrell think that Aaron
yeah,
Jones continues this
I do. I do. I
based
think
off based off last year? What he did last year and what he's doing this year? Is there
I
any reason to doubt that he slows down?
I think next week
Mm-mm.
I'll make a bold prediction right now. I think he has over 150 scrimmage yards next week.
Fuck yeah, I like that. How many touchdowns?
2.
How many catches?
I
Five.
mean, we're pretty
Five or
specific.
more. Five or more. Five less than five or more
Uh,
than five.
it depends totally on if Devontae is playing.
You know what? I'll fucking give you that. I will give you that. We will break that down later. Before the game, we will come up. So we will do a better point since we have Sunday night. We have the whole day on Sunday to come up with it. Sunday night, we will come up with instead we had three today. I think it's fair to say that we can probably come up with a five again for next Sunday for bold predictions, and we're already on a good track record of coming up with five. So man, I tell you what, this is way more fun than listening to fucking Joe Buck and Troy Aikman call a game. Even though Joe Buck made the Hall of Fame, I see this week. But who knows? Maybe in time, ESPN offers us a contract and we can commentate on some games. I'm
And then
sure
goodness,
ESPN will tell me to stop drinking pumpkin ales on fucking Sundays if I'm gonna be commentating on
oh, Troy Aikman just he's slipping gin and tonics in a
I
flask.
hate Troy Aikman because I think he's so biased, man. Like he's so like, there's no reason to be biased against the Packers because his stupid ass Cowboys dominated Favre's Packers in the early '90s. There's no reason for him to be salty about the Packers doing good.
It's because
He
people
beat
like Brett
our
Favre.
asses.
People like Brett Favre more than Troy Aikman, so he's salty about it.
Yeah, well, that's why he's salty about. But Troy Aikman beat Brett Favre multiple times throughout the years. It's just ridiculous. However, hey, who do you like more? Do you like Rodgers or Brett Favre more? You grew up with both. You grew up with both, man.
Sorry, I was just watching the Nick Bosa injury. Um, I think Rodgers is the better quarterback,
He's got better stats.
but
Who's the more
I
exciting
I
quarterback to
I
watch?
enjoyed watching Brett more.
Fuck yeah, because Brett Favre made you grow gray hairs as you watched this fucking thing, dude.
He's such a
Brett
fun.
Favre, Brett Favre would score a fucking touchdown. Like he would throw a touchdown like triple coverage that no one else could ever do, but that was like 1 in 4 times, and the other 3 times he would throw a pick, and you're like, oh fuck off, I would never throw that goddamn pass. But the
The
one
thing,
time he did, you're like, dude, you're the greatest quarterback to ever play the goddamn game because no one else could ever fucking do that. He would
the,
do that like 25% of the time and make you think that he's the best quarterback to ever play the game. But then most of the time he's like, you just fucked up, dude. You just fucked up.
dude, the I legitimately believe there's never going to be another Brett Favre.
There
Like the
won't
way
be. There
the
won't
way
be. There is no quarterback
yeah,
like it. Like think about now. Name one quarterback that's even close to Brett Favre.
yeah, it's just like
Mahomes, maybe, but Mahomes doesn't throw as many picks as
yeah,
fucking
that's
Brett
the thing.
Favre does.
Mahomes is like Brett Favre 2.0. Like if I'm being honest, he's going to be a better Brett Favre.
Probably because he doesn't throw as many picks though. He just makes better plays.
But he has that same like improvisational
Gunslinger
ability.
mentality.
Yeah, and he's got a bit of that same energy. You know, you don't see many quarterbacks sprinting down the field to bear hug their receivers after a
No.
touchdown.
The thing now we'll give Mahomes is the closest thing to five I've ever seen is in the AFC divisional games when they played the Texans and they were down by like 3 touchdowns. And it was like halftime. I was like, that game's over. Chiefs lost. And I like went outside to go do shit. And I came back in the fourth quarter and like the Chiefs are like within 3. And they came back and they like took the lead. And I'm just like, God damn. Pat Mahomes is the closest thing to Brett Favre I ever fucking seen my whole life.
Yeah, man.
He literally willed that team back into
Yeah, I
like,
mean
and then they beat him.
that's it's a conversation for another time, but I think for several years now, the NFC has generally been quite a bit stronger than the
Hmm.
AFC, and all of a sudden, I think we're seeing a shift. Kansas City Chiefs, Baltimore Ravens, um, we're maybe the Texans, although I've never quite been bought in on them.
No, I'm not. I haven't bought it on Texas. I think they're regressing more than they're like. Can you make a case for them getting better this year based on the decisions that they made? I can't. I
It's
can't,
tough.
man. I
It's
just
tough,
can't.
especially the
Um.
way they looked against Kansas City in the opener.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Can you like? Are there any teams off the top of your head, real quick, before we call this quits? Are there any teams that like have like stood out and you like are thinking like, oh, they're more of a threat than what I thought going forward, and like they could challenge us for like top of the NFC type shit? Or
I
is it
mean,
just kind of
I
been
would say
like I expected all this type shit?
uh,
So
Los Angeles. They've definitely surprised me so far.
which the Rams?
Rams, yeah.
Yeah,
I,
they're 2-0. They're 2-0.
I,
But
I'm
many people
surprised why.
assume that they would be good though. Many people
No,
assume that they would
I,
be a good
I thought
team.
they were gonna finish fourth in that division, man.
Is that the best division in football? You got the Rams,
Hands,
Cardinals, Seahawks, and
hands
49ers, man.
down, dude. That division, any one of those teams could be a playoff team. Like you
I
put
know.
any one of those
They're
teams,
so good, dude. All
you
four
put
of
them
those
in
teams are
another,
playoff teams, I feel.
you put any one of those teams in another division, they
Hmm.
might be the division champion. Like
Right?
that.
I agree, man. I agree. 100%. Do the do the Bucks make the playoffs?
Yeah, man. The way that
You
defense is
think they do?
playing, I think they're gonna do it with that defense. I don't think Tom Brady has a lot left in him. But
So
honestly,
you got the
look,
Saints, Bucks, Panthers, and Falcons. What two teams make the playoffs out of that?
I think it'll be the Saints and the Bucks.
Saints and Bucks. So Panthers and Falcons miss out. Okay. Well, the Falcons are 0-2, and so are the Panthers. So you're off to a good start on that. Actually, I probably should have backed up and said between the Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks, 49ers, you got four playoff teams probably in that division, but not all four are going to make the goddamn playoffs, man. Probably two make the playoffs. What two do you think make playoffs at the moment? You
Oh,
got the
dude, honestly,
Rams 2-0,
no,
Cardinals
no, no.
playing right now, but they're up.
With the playoff field expanding, we get an extra team this year.
One
I
extra team.
I fully expect that the NFC West is going to have three teams in the playoffs.
So what's the one team that doesn't make it? Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks, or 49ers? Dude, they're all good fucking teams, man. They're all like Super Bowl winning teams.
I mean, you're looking at
It's
so you got
insane.
the Cardinals are so young and they're still up and coming.
Probably the Cardinals then, huh?
But also the Niners are like they've been getting slammed
With
hard by
injuries, right? They lost today.
um, and then
No,
and then
they won today, but they lost
they
last week.
won, but they lost a lot of talent. I saw in addition to Nick Bosa and Jimmy G, Raheem Mostert also got hurt.
Yeah, Mostert busted off that 80-yard run, but then he got hurt after that. They're hurting for injuries, so you know what? You can always take this with a grain of salt because you never know. Like at one moment, like an injury could just change your whole season. I think that, like talent wise, I think that's the best goddamn division of football talent I've ever seen in my like 32 years of watching football. Between the Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks, 49ers, all four of those teams could be Super Bowl contenders, and they're all in the same fucking division. It's insane how talented that division is. Good luck. Good
Yeah.
luck to everyone else. I'm I'm glad they're not in our division.
Well, I
Uh,
mean that's the thing. You got to hope they just wear each other down so
yeah, you
much
got hope.
because
It's a fucking good thing that they got to play each other like 6 times a year, you know, because someone's got to win, someone's got to lose. So, in our division, both Packers and the Bears are 2-0, and the Vikings and the Lions are 0-2. I think that's probably comparable to what we all assumed. I think it's not out of the question that the Bears and the Packers could both make the playoffs. I think the Vikings and
I
the
gotta
Lions
say
are not going to make it.
I'm really surprised with how bad the Vikings have looked so far. I'm checking out their schedule right now. I want to see who they play next week.
Yeah, who do they play next week?
Okay, so they're going to be playing Tennessee. That's not going to be an easy game. Then after Tennessee, they've got Texans, Seahawks, Falcons, Packers. The Vikings might be on the road to crumbling.
They might be, man. They might
Wow,
be.
that is a murderous lineup.
So wait, so who they got for the next 3 games?
Titans, Texans, Seahawks. Yeah.
Oh, that is rough, man. That's a rough fucking. How many are home though?
Let's see. One of them. The next week is home against the Titans. Then they go Texans on the road, Seahawks on the road, home against the Falcons, on the road against the Pack.
Dang, dang, not bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I almost wonder. I'm. Gee, we got to cut this thing short
I
soon.
know, I know. We're
But
fucking really rambling right now, and we're just like, we're yeah. This is the shit that fucking Patreon members should be paying for right now. Like, you should be paying a little extra for this right now to have our after game analysis. We're just giving, hey, consider this like a 1 week freebie. After this, we're gonna start charging your ass for this shit.
here's a
So
little taster for what the extra content is, where we just ramble about football in general.
it's good shit,
But
by the way, if you can't
yeah,
tell. So
but dude, I mean, I wonder if the Vikings miss the playoffs this year. Zimmer has been with that team for
oh, he's gone, man. He's got to be gone. Would you keep Zimmer? Why would you keep Zimmer? He's not a bad coach, but why would you keep him,
well,
man?
that's the thing.
He's not produced results.
Like he's not bad, but with the exception of the one NFC Championship run where Case Keenum miraculously played out of his mind.
You know, his
That's the
team.
one time the Vikings seemed like a legitimate threat. Any other
They
time, yeah, they made the playoffs, but
they
they've never.
kind of did go for a fire sale though, man. They did like get rid of all their shit to like rebuild for the future. Like like it's not all his fault. Like they do have a young team that's got like no experience. They should probably give him a little bit of time to like
Dude,
develop.
they did that to themselves with the Kirk Cousins
I
contract.
know they did. I know, like they
They
gave him a
they
guaranteed
thought
contract. They
they
fucked up.
thought that Cousins was going to be the ticket to the Super Bowl, and he was
It's
not.
not though. It's not. They really shot themselves in the foot with that. He's not a bad quarterback.
Dude, and now Dalvin Cook wants a new contract. Um, they're like they're potentially in trouble. Like they if they miss the playoffs this year, it might make sense to blow the team up and rebuild.
I feel like they kind of already have though. I mean, what else you got to blow up, man? Like they traded Diggs, their best receiver, for a first round draft pick, which
Get
is
rid of Cousins
arguably
and let
not too
Cook
bad.
walk.
But this is because it's last year, so that 33 million or 30 million comes off the Bucks. That he's
No,
got 30 million free.
they extended him.
They
I'm all.
extended him. When?
Let
That's
me
brand
double
new.
check. I
Holy
am.
shit! Holy shit, guys! Cody Control breaking brand new news to me.
Let me double check. I'm almost positive they extended him. Yep, 2-year contract extension earlier this year.
For how much? What do you got? Fucking money totals or no?
66 mil.
All
So
guaranteed?
33 million. Here, let me read the article here.
Okay, 33 million guaranteed. So that means it's like cut in half. Then he gets like 15 and 15 basically,
Oh, wait. No, I
roughly.
didn't say that. I was saying 33 million average. Let me see what the actual guarantees are. 61 million guaranteed. He's going to count 31 million against the cap this year. So yeah, dude, they're like bought in on Cousins, and I don't think Cousins is leading them to the Super Bowl. So fucking, I guess I'm happy with that as a Packers
Yeah, I
fan.
guess so, man.
But anyways, we should probably call it a wrap for this week. It was another good game.
Probably, man. Hey, after this, hey, if you guys ever want to get like our like post game analysis, like if we have people that do it, we will certainly do it. This has been like a 1 week freebie. Future weeks will be actually even more better than what we have
More
going on here. We'll get more in depth. That's not a word, more better, but we'll do a better job of it going forward. Going forward, though, we won't do this in depth of a post game analysis, but we will do a Patreon members only skit where we break down in depth all the post game analysis, thoughts going forward, maybe even some fantasy stuff here and there. We'll do like an hour of this and that as the 4 o'clock games or the 7 o'clock games progress forward. However, going forward, next week we have a late game, so it's irrelevant. We won't be doing too much next week besides just providing you straight Packer coverage from like 7 o'clock at night to 10 o'clock at night. That's on the East Coast. On the West Coast, it's way fucking easier because they have the football schedule way down pat. They get to like have a whole night's worth of sleep as well as watch football all day. So it'll be like 4 o'clock to like 7 o'clock for them out there, assholes.
Yeah, man, that's been the best part of living in Utah is
Oh
that
my god.
I can watch football at a reasonable time.
Yeah, I talked to someone that lived. Utah is probably the same. You're Pacific time, right? Are you still Pacific time?
Our mountain time, so we're
Mountain
two
time. So
two
I
hours behind.
actually, I actually talked to someone that actually lives in Pacific time. So the games start like the 1 o'clock games start at 10 a.m. out there. So like the 4 o'clock games, the afternoon games start at 1 o'clock. So their whole gambit of football is done by like 4 o'clock, which means that their like Sunday night football starts at 5 and gets done at 8.
Yeah,
If your Sunday night football gets done at like, well, for you it's like 9, 8 or 9, dude, that's a whole night's worth of sleep that you still get to get and wake up in the morning super refreshed and still get to go. That is so much stupid ass bullshit I've ever heard in my whole life. If it, it like next week when the Packers play against the Saints, my ass is gonna be up to like midnight, and I gotta like wake up at like 5 in the morning to go
hey
like
man,
go work in the morning.
hey, priorities.
It
Packers
is
gonna be playing
priorities.
in
Hey,
Utah.
I already got a personal day ticket scheduled for the day after the Super Bowl because I'm already that confident that Green Bay is gonna make the Super Bowl, and I want to take the next day off of work. So
On that note, my friends, it's been another great week. 2-0 in the division, heading into a big NFC matchup next week.
2-0, baby. We are 2-0. 2-0. Check in next week. Context Gaming. This one will not get shut down by the NFL. I guarantee because we had no football coverage. You can watch this shit throughout the whole week. And next week, we will give you even better content because it will be live on NBC Sports. This is Andrew Perello, a.k.a. Mr. Prolific, checking in with Cody Cottrell, another fellow Cheesehead Packer backer out of Utah. I love you, man. This has been a blast. To each and every one at home, stay tuning in. I love you. If you have any comments or suggestions, hit that shit below. Make sure you comment and hit that, you smash that like button. It helps us a fucking shit ton. Bring you future content going forward. As always, go Pack, go, and
Hey,
Cheesehead
get
for life,
get
baby.
your context gaming swag.
Context Gaming swag. We got hats coming. We're gonna have some fucking glassware coming. Cody's gonna be rocking some Context Gaming hats here soon by the end of probably the before Thanksgiving here. It's coming. We're working on it. Get on board, man. Get one of the original OG things. I will fucking personally hand sign any hats that go out within the first 50 hats so that you can have a fucking first edition hat signed by me going forward. And go Pack, go, baby.
Go Pack, go.